take all in a title unification bout. And to the victor, an epic historic first.
Whichever one of you walks out as the unified Impact World Champion is going to be in the main event at Rebellion.
Ooh, hello folks, I'm the one, the only, I am Hijo del Hobo El Vagabundo Dos CCC. I'm here in place of the one, the only Hobo Tom. Ooh, I can watch so much wrestling. I'm here because of you folks, and again, as you can tell over there, Impact Wrestling Sacrifice. And as you'll be able to tell by the thing I'll put up, or unfortunately, Senior Hobo Tom, he's off, probably getting some strange disease from God knows what biker chick, or who knows how many biker chicks. So I'm here to take his place. Unfortunately, I'm almost done cooking. So again, this is Impact Wrestling, so I can always show a little bit of it. Decay! It's not like I really care about this match anyway, but that's okay. Every so often, whoa, Rosemary. Is that Rosemary or Crazy Steve? Rosemary got thick a little bit. Let's see her. So again, this is Impact Sacrifice. I'll bring the video up. I have it on that computer so I can see the whole thing. I have it on this computer. Actually, I do have to do one thing. Oh, good. I'm not logged in. Oh, look at that shot. Look at that cheeky cameraman. Let's see here. I'm going to log in over here. I'm going to log in. So Hobo Tom is everywhere right now. Let's see here. I'm going to log in. And then I have to finish making dinner.
There is so much going on. This match right here actually is a good indicator ahead of our tag team title match coming later on tonight. Champions, Good Brothers, challengers.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that match is going to be amazing. That's going to be a New Japan quality match this year.
You have to put him in line.
Okay. Delete.
That's a given. So it's a big match for one of these two teams.
Oh. I'm actually surprised this is the opening match. I thought this was going to be the second match. Unless they had a pre-show. Oi. So we have this match, man. So you have all the titles on the line here. My ranking system's a little bit different and unique from Hobo Tom's. For again, if it's probably a terrible match, it's a bowl of chicharrones. What are we gonna do with those? A little bit better, a little sugary treat, not so much healthier for you. You have the churros. Then of course you have the ham sandwich of Mexican food, which is the taco. After that, probably the cheeseburger of Mexican food, which is a burrito. And then, I do need to have some mofongo one day. Mofongo's so good. And then, of course, the best that I can think of is Ropa Vieja. Crazy Steve, so let's see here.
I see Rosemary on the side here, and she's obviously going to be an element, but in between the wrestling.
To me, I got to go with the Reno Scum because they're deceptive, they're brawlers, but yet, a guy like Thornstone, he is a tactician in the
ring. It's like Black Toros. Who cares about Thornstone?
Like this. Crazy Steve showing some quickness, going around the world.
So I do have to finish dinner. I'm going to leave that playing down there because that's what Impact allows me to do. Have it on that big screen there. Hopefully you can hear it via my microphone. Oh, I have everything. Oh, I am so awesome. I am awesome. Wait, why can't I hear it?
And of course, we'd be remiss if we
there we go.
The elephant in the room.
That's not too bad. So again, I have to go get burritos. I made some homemade burritos for myself. And I found this blue concoction on the refrigerator of one Hobo Tom. I shall be back.
That match is going to be so hard hitting.
I mean, right here, you're going to see this match is going to elevate up. It's going to start thudding each other. Right there, that boot.
As I watch wrestling, I always think each match informs the next. Such a great Lucha Libre takedown on the arms right there by Torus. Each match shows me what the next match is going to give me all the way up to the main event.
Well, as a show builds, each match builds on top of each other, and climax for tonight is going to be our unification match for the Impact World title and the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. My goodness.
Torres working on the arm, tagging in Crazy Steve. Now some tandem offense here by Decay. Since Black Torres has joined, Decay has certainly moved up the ladder quickly.
Well, I mean, Black Torres is the game changer. He's that guy who's elevating Decay up. Oh, look at this.
Nicely done there. Tilt-a-whirl splash, cover there, just a 2. And thus far, it seems that Decay, if you're looking at it like covers and trying to win the match, how dare you, Decay's in the lead.
Well, unfortunately, wrestling matches are not won on style points, and we don't give them a point system. So pins only matter if you get the 1, 2, 3.
Right now, there's a mismatch here, at least in size, with Luster and Crazy Steve. And just as I say that, Luster takes advantage, brings Steve over into Scum's corner, their part of town, and now here comes the Dissector.
Yeah, that's a bad part of town to be in, and right now you can see the Scum have taken the advantage right now, and now we expect, well, maybe not.
Nicely done there. Crazy Steve knew he was in trouble. Was able to nail a neck breaker here, and Steve makes the tag to Black Torres. And now it looks like the odds favor Decay here.
And then this pendulum is swinging back and forth. What do we have here? Oh, a double backbreaker.
Oh, gosh, front headbutt. Stormstone needs to cover up.
There's the viciousness of a Black Torres. He didn't go for the cover. He just started repeating headbutting while on the mat.
Torres made a mistake to take his eyes off of Thornstone, and just as that is evident, Torres is taking advantage of what's being presented to him. It seems it's going to take a lot more to cut Torres down, and that lot more comes in the form of Adam Thornstone. Nicely done. Cover. 2. No. There's a double stop. There was a senton. It's showing me something.
Unfortunately, like I said, he's that mat guy. He's that technician. You can't be sleep on his skill in the ring.
Taking advantage of his opponent's bodies. Opponent breathes out, Texas. Thornstone's able to use that. It's smart.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. Just as you're trying to just get over the double foot in the stomach, now all of a sudden there's a dude's back in your chest, and it's a double impact.
Now Luster the Legend slows everything down. The pace grinds to a halt here. And when you think about this type of offense, I want to keep going back to it. Moose's offense presents a problem for Rich Swann, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is look at Moose's offense. It's heavy power. He's a heavy hitter, but he's athletic. He has grace. So he comes with speed and athleticism. I would say that it's going to be a slight disadvantage for Rich Swann, but close.
True. And just as we say that, Thornstone hits a move that I could see Rich Swann hitting. So now here we see Thornstone on top of Torres, and that could be Rich Swann later on tonight on top of Moose.
Yeah, I think if Rich Swann gets the advantage, he'll take it. He doesn't stop. He's like a buzzsaw. He's got to use his
The buzzsaw. Oh, I heard buzzsaw. There is the legend himself. Yes. Seriously, so one person's watching. That's so cool. We'll see here. Luster, the legend's there. In control. I'm actually kind of shocked. I don't know if this has been a dark show, if we'll see this like next Tuesday. Well, you guys will see it next Tuesday. I won't. I have to go work.
Reno Scum.
Wait a second.
They have a chip on their shoulders. They think people take them for
There they are.
Look past them, and they want to stake their claim to be in
Let's watch some wrestling.
for an Impact World Tag Title shot. So
Black Toros.
to the ring,
Yes.
with an attitude. It's with a chip on their shoulder. They're trying to prove all the doubt is wrong.
I think it's becoming more and more apparent that the way to get people to notice you here at Impact.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder if someone's going to invade Impact. Will more AEWs come to Impact? We shall see. I'll be right back. Black Toros are getting beat up.
To me, it looked like Torres banged his knee or jimmied his knee a little bit. He's favoring that right knee there.
Torres makes a tag to Crazy Steve. Here comes Adam Thornstone, and now the match takes to the middle of the ring. Back break by Steve. Side Russian leg sweep. Float over. Cover. No. Oh, nice. Nicely done. No, Thornstone would not allow himself to be trapped, but Crazy Steve maintains wrist control. Steve Boy. Thornstone roll through. Oh, no. Low angle flatliner. Luster is in and Steve sees him, surprisingly.
Whoa, slingshot into a fireman's carry. That backfired for the Scum. 2, no. Luster's having none of. Oh, jawbreaker here. Crazy Steve is on fire.
Tag made back to Black Taurus. Oh, Luster cuts him off. Now it's the big men. Rhino scum. It's Luster and Black Taurus that are legal, correct?
Yes, Luster jumping kick there, misfired. Crazy Steve's going for a dive. Uh-oh. And there's the strength of Luster. He is having none of that. It's Rosemary. Don't make me hurt you. Oh, the green miss.
Back to the action in the ring. Thornstone, Black Taurus. Kick doubles up Taurus. Headbutt sends Thornstone back. Thornstone is down. Crazy Steve is in cannonball. Taurus driver. You got him.
That's a good win.
Here are your winners, DK. Great back and forth tag team action. Decay was able to utilize the one thing that they have that separates them from everyone else in the division. It's Rosemary.
Look at this right here, Rosemary with the green mist right into Luster's eyes, and then it's Taurus driver. Boom. That's it. 1, 2, 3.
What the hell happened? That was a short match for being a special match. Let's see here. See what the hell happened. Oh, did he get misted? Rosemary busted up the green mist. Oh, yes. The green mist. Oh, look at, whoa, what's that hanging from Rosemary's crotch? Whoa. Rosemary has some stuff going on down there. That's pretty freaky. Let's see her. Cheers, everyone. That was a short match, though. See you.
In a hold harmless match, there are no consequences.
And tonight is going to be violent by design. Peter and Doring.
There's no alcohol in this.
Aaron Young in their corner.
Damn it. Why would you have a foo-foo-y blue drink in your refrigerator without tequila or rum? Oh, that's right. It's Lent. Hobo Tom got rid of all his booze. It's terrible. Just because Hobo Tom gave up booze for Lent doesn't mean El Vagabundo del Hobo or Hijo del Hobo El Vagabundo does not. Terrible. That was a quick match. I was shocked. Let's see here. That did absolutely nothing for me. That was like a can of soup. That was way too quick.
And in the main event, one I've been waiting for, Rich Swann takes
Okay.
on winner, walks away as the undisputed Impact.
That was okay. It wasn't great.
And then they will go on to
That was short. Again, this was like a made. If this honestly, if it was on TV, it probably would have been a better match. Hello, second person. They're just doing some reviews. So I would see Fin Juice. This is going to be a good match. That's going to be a fun match. Moose. Oh, wow. So now we're boom, 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 boom. We are right here now, folks. I'm going to go get dinner because I'm getting hungry.
I think what they've accomplished here is Tennille's becoming more of a wrestler and less of an influencer, if I can say that. Think about that big win she had over Havoc a little bit ago. She's telling the world that her wrestling skill is matching her influence.
Yeah, for a while, a lot of the haters or critics would say, after a while, you're going to have to swing. After a while, you're going to have to prove your worth. And I think it's a great point about getting the win over Havoc. It shows the rest of the line. It shows the world, hey, let's take pause for a second. Maybe this person is a different breed. Yeah, they love the attention. They also love winning. They love competing.
Like I said before, she likes being in the spotlight. And when you're in the spotlight, everybody is watching. All eyes on you. So now she's going to perform up to the level of standing in that spotlight.
Their opponents from Defiance, Havoc and Tropea.
I don't know about you, but I'm a purist with a lot of the things that I enjoy. One of those things is wrestling. I like seeing Havoc and Nevaeh together.
I like seeing Havoc and Nevaeh together and on the same page. You know, they came back together after that talking they had on BTI about let's do this again. Let's go out there and be together again. I think all the problems are behind them, and now it's onward and upward for this team.
It's a great band that finds a way to get together and make great music. So here we go. I also think that the night and the date all fit Havoc and Nevaeh's persona. I just think everything lines up for Havoc and Nevaeh.
The stars are lining up for them. Sacrifice. What better way to come back together as a team and then go in there against someone who's really, really getting on your damn nerves in Tenille and Caleb with a K.
So now that we know, after seeing Tenille against Havoc, that Tenille can throw those back elbows. When they land, they can rock them. So let's keep that in mind. Takes a waist lock, go behind. Nevaeh takes position back. Tenille tries to break. Nice standing switch.
Look at this. Just leverage and hold, counter hold. See, look at Annette Tenille with the noogie. Come on.
Can't do that. Can't do that to Nevaeh.
No.
This is smart by Nevaeh here, just staying in the hammerlock, trying to keep Tenille low. Nevaeh's head higher, and Tenille realizes that and rolls.
Oh, let's see here. Look at this feast. Oh, Tenille Dasher knows how to wrestle. Look at this feast. This plate of burritos. Can't have burritos without chips either. Oh, there's one thing I'm forgetting. There's one thing I'm forgetting. Let's see here. Let's try and munch on another chip here.
It's there by Nevaeh. You can see the pressure on the shoulder. Tenille's going to put herself into the hammerlock in order just to roll through. You got to be really confident in your chain wrestling. Put yourself in such a precarious position.
Look how Tenille's moving with great ease. She's moving with great ease and not wasting any motion. Tenille's very confident.
Yeah, some good technical wrestling, and I think when you're confident, you're allowed to have what we call flow. You know, if you're thinking, what's my next move, you can read it in someone's eyes.
No, you can absolutely read it. You can see Tenille is 3 or 4 steps ahead.
Here we go. This is going to be a difference here in the match.
No, if you're going to go all out,
people would say on the strength
you're
level,
going to
but it's not, because I think that having
for life. Whoa, look at those ugly trunks by Caleb wearing a neck brace. I always have to go with the Mexican crema.
But Caleb's taking a lot of reps.
Let's check out some wrestling. Hello, third person.
That's one of them right there.
Where is it?
Havoc is fired up. Havoc wrestles with that just force, and like I said, I use this term a lot. Thud. She hits you, it's a thud, and now they rip that neck brace off. And I'm air quoting damaged neck of Caleb with a K.
There we go. There's some good wrestling. See, I cannot show my face, for a true Mexican luchador never reveals himself.
See, in situations like this, you can see how well Havoc and Nevaeh work well together. You can see that they have history and they know.
A true Mexican luchador is proud of his heritage.
They're not born overnight. They come with time together and repetitive motion.
While Caleb is taking the beating, he's keeping Havoc and Nevaeh away from Tenille.
Nice ass chop by Nevaeh. Just rocking Caleb.
Caleb stumbles out to the middle of the ring. Nevaeh takes advantage of the opportunity. Caleb ducks the clothesline and takes Nevaeh down by the hair. Flip the back and use the hair.
Yeah, there's not much wrestling technique in that. Just yank her down by the hair.
Cover here, smart by Tenille. You know, a month ago, 2 months ago, we'd see Tenille come in and pose and posture, but there she went for a cover. Now, maybe it's the magnitude of the night, you know, knowing that all the champions are here and everyone's walking around on eggshells, but maybe it's the growth of Tenille.
It's the evolution of what.
Look at that.
Look at this. Smart. It's
Wrestling. Wrestle.
She's
She's smart.
It feels to me she's relying less on the palm of
Caleb.
her and more of the, how should I say, let me punch you in the face.
Let me knock you unconscious
relying
first.
on substance instead of style. And just as we say that, look at this. We're going to have a viral moment here. I've seen them do so. This is cool. It's a cool shot.
It's a selfie moment.
You see Tenille taking advantage of the 5 count.
Selfie time.
5 to break it.
Damn, that was good. Let's see. Chip.
And look at Caleb holding the tights there. Nevaeh's trapped in the corner.
Oh, no, holding the tights. Whoa, oh, the stretch. Wow.
On the apron tag made, and just saying, Nevaeh starts showing some life, and Tennille realizes it.
Yeah, Tennille just
Getting more pictures.
across the back goes,
I don't know, hold her tights. Can I put my hands in her tights? Wait a second. If I put my hands in her tights, I'd probably be arrested. I wish I could put my hands in her tights. More din.
Needs to make a tag.
She's got a long way to go.
Realizing it's smart to lower his base, put more pressure, doesn't allow Nevaeh to even stand.
Look at that right there. The ring generalmanship of Caleb, where he locked in the ankle, laid down and knew exactly how far he had to lay back to the tag. That's cutting the ring in half,
amazing looking,
keeping him
folks.
on your side of the ring.
Tennille Dasher now positions herself between Havoc and her partner Nevaeh. Rear chin lock, leaning forward on Nevaeh. Nevaeh needs to get to her feet, turn around.
Look at this.
Oh!
That is, it's about, I like this strategy of wrestling. Turn around.
Did you just blow her a kiss? That's awesome.
Tennille's doing a good job of staying
HLA
in
is
between
back, folks.
Nevaeh and Havoc, so Nevaeh can't make that tag.
Those eyes are kind of like
Quick
nasty,
tags
too.
in and out, keeping the fresh person in the ring. This is very smart wrestling.
Trying to command the middle of the ring. Caleb, like
Since he did say wrestling.
Neck breaker. Look where Nevaeh landed. Nevaeh landed on the right part of the ring. If she needs to make the tag, now is the time. She's in a perfect position.
She's got to get the energy to go over, just to roll, a half-quarter roll. She's right there for the tag.
Caleb with arm stretch. Tennille tags. Havoc tags, and here we go. Havoc has wanted this for quite some time.
And look, Havoc is coming in, and she's exactly
Yeah.
right now. Clothesline, boom.
Rough her. Kill, Havoc, kill.
Caleb in, Havoc fireman's carry, drops Caleb right down in the corner. And now Havoc stands alone.
Oh, wow. Those running knee strikes in the
Ouch.
corner, that's devastating.
Knockouts tag team titles will be defended tonight. The Knockouts title will be defended tonight.
Ouch.
Wow, nice clothesline there.
Is it enough? Shoulders down. It's not.
Caleb made the save because he could see Tennille was in a world of hurt right there.
They're now trying to adjust to Tennille. And always say that you don't want to pick your opponent back up onto their feet. And just as we say that the standing switch, we saw the match started with it. Will it end with it as well? Caleb again.
There it is. Caleb, look at this. Look at this. He countered the roll.
That's smart.
Caleb's. No, he reversed the roll.
This is it.
I almost showed my face. Look at this is weird. There are a lot of matches here. Wow, that's weird. Boo! They piped in the boo MP3. I got one right. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, 9 matches tonight. That's a lot. Well, they're all going to just be like 10-minute matches. I mean, they might as well just have put this on TV. I mean, why bother with all this TV production when you can do this? Oh, someone's upset. Oh, I think Havoc needs a hug. So does Nevaeh. You know what? I'm extreme. I'll hug them both. Oh, talking segment.
Tonight, you get to be holding the Impact World Championship and the Team Championship. I've done it before, but you can do it at the same time. You are the man representing this company. You are my friend, but more importantly, you are a performer. I truly believe it. I believe you are Impact through and through.
Yeah.
You got this tonight. You are going on to Rebellion, not Moose. You are going on to Rebellion against Kenny Omega. You are representing Impact.
Hell yeah.
Win the Impact World Championship.
Oh, wow.
Championship, and you will win the AEW Championship. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hyping me up. I'm going out there. I'm getting it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's right.
Oh, hell yeah.
Your words were, if I fail, I'll accept the consequences. And you failed. Then you called him to the table because you were supposed to put him through it, and you failed again. If we don't do the right thing, the disease can come back.
The beatdown continues, folks.
Know that I'm doing this.
Wait a second. Was that Friday the 13th music? Whoa.
Violence is the only thing
Violence?
the disease understands.
What's up, big boy? Brother, you know as well as I do. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. And you know what you're doing. This man is wrong.
James Storm.
All the years we've known this guy.
Eric Young, you, myself, James Storm, we've known each other for 20 years. We
Whoa.
worked our asses off building this place. I don't know where the hell you went wrong. I don't know what you did to this damn pen. You're disgusting.
You see, Eric Young, you're the snake.
He became sanity. That's the thing.
We gotta go through your.
He had a taste of the WWE money. Just don't worry, I'm still here. I'm just eating.
And now it is time for Violent by Design Show
What?
and Diener to take on the Cowboy James Storm and Chris Sabin right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number one, representing Violent by Design, and accompanied to the ring by Eric Young, Diener, and True Torrey.
Oh, wow.
Kilo Brown, what I found most interesting was the interaction between James Storm, Chris Sabin, and he was Eric Young. Those three men built this company on a night where it's meant to be unified. A night where everyone's going to point to and say, on this day, in this year, it's interesting how Eric Young has departed so much from the group that he once loved so much. Eric Young is not the person. He's a change man. He's more violent. He is more calculating. He's more controlling. He's not the man he once was. And some would say, including himself, he's better than he used to be. Perhaps being the best man doesn't become being the best man.
He is better than he used to be. Let's see here. That's right. I forgot to pencil in that match.
Well, you can see that Eric is
I can't believe Tennille Dashwood's on such a win streak.
into what he wants them to be. They're versions of Eric Young, and he's controlling them like a puppet master he is.
Way too short, though, man.
Many personalities, manifestations of evil.
Your opponents from Reapersburg, Tennessee, the Cowboy, James Storm.
Guys, just aren't that complicated. What you see here is
What you get.
every day of the week.
Yes. No, that's Moose's thing.
James Storm has never seen a fight he's afraid of. He'll punch you in the mouth at the bar, at the grocery store, and if he gets you in a ring, he's one of the best.
He'll kick you in the nuts, too. And beat you with a pool stick, drink a beer, and take your wife. Or woman. Yeah.
Something for Detroit, Michigan.
Chris Sabin.
So having Jake something come out with Chris Sabin, it says a lot about where Storm and Sabin's minds are. Because
Uh-oh.
something looks
Do you see a heel turn here by Jake something? I think there's going to be a heel turn somewhere, so let's see. So, some of the matches have been meh. A little weird.
just like they did to Rhino, and I think Jake something realized
There we are.
they're willing to go that far, because who knows what they might ask to cycle. I don't think that he wanted to be a part of it.
No, we'll
So I think
see.
it's their opinion tonight to be Ewad. Keep an eye on Ewad and make sure this goes straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle.
Remember the referee, who's going to start?
You have to do it. Go Alfonso song.
Diener, Chris Sabin, nice. Now, the different
Oh,
world, I would
wrestling.
back wrestling and some good technique. I mean, Diener at one time, Cody Diener, was great, but this Diener's different. He's dirtier. Yeah,
there. Now, he will take any kind of shortcut. Before, Diener would try to out-wrestle you. He would try to be a mat technician. Now, he will take any shortcut in the world, and that's because of Eric Young influence.
I guess a rusty screwdriver stabs just the same as a beautiful new knife. His arm trap there by Diener. Positioning the hand, bending the wrist, joint manipulation, smart.
But
Shoulder
that's that little
tackle.
thing right there, that bending of the wrist down. That's something Diener wouldn't have done 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Now he's adding that little extra added insult to injury.
Saban trying to alleviate the pressure, does it. Nice arm drag up again, another deep arm drag there. Saban catching a third one here. Diener's going to have to make an adjustment.
You know, right now, Diener's definitely got to make an adjustment. He's looking across the ring right now. He's looking at Saban. Now he's going to EY for a little advice.
Or did EY pull him in? That's what we've been talking
EY is Eric Young.
Whose thoughts are in his mind?
Oh, hit the arm drag takedown.
Independent thought?
It seems like EY is the one doing all the
Whoa.
work. And now the power of the team comes in.
I don't like this mismatch at all.
Big Joe Doran is just a horse.
Oh, Hoss time.
Also, don't discount Joe's tag team experience. I mean, he's a former All Japan tag champ with guys like Kaiji Muto and Sawama, who's the current Triple Crown champion of All Japan. So, I mean, Doran's...
Oh, wow. Wrong person. That's James Storm in there.
Doran is no stranger.
Tag.
Singles and a tag. So, but Saban's using that quickness to his advantage.
Saban has been in the ring.
That was stupid. He should have tagged in James Storm. He was right on the no. Don't go for the test of strength. That's stupid.
He's basically absorbing all of Saban's weight.
Yeah, Saban tried to make Doran carry his weight, and it just backfired. Doran said, I have none of it.
You talked about James Storm right at the top of the match. He's going to need it here against Big Joe Doran.
Joe Doran doesn't care about grit or anything. He'll just take your head off with a double clothesline like that.
Doran manhandling James Storm's head back into Diener. I have to believe that is EY by design.
There we go. There's a tag, and finally.
Yeah, to me, it feels like the game plan is Doran going there, heavy hitter,
Wow,
hitter,
he took
hitter.
down both of them.
Now let's go in and
That's
wear him
impressive.
down with Diener. Wear him down a little bit Diener. And if Diener gets in trouble, watch how quickly you go for that tag.
Interesting point. James Storm, big right hand, takes control of the match, sends Diener in. Diener up with a boot, looks over at Doran, and takes a step back and gets caught.
Wait, I thought James Storm was huge. Is Diener really the same size as James Storm? That's weird. Yeah, take a look at this size comparison here.
Wrestlers in the world, James Storm and Chris Saban. Saban in for a cover. Referee down, not enough.
And look at their Diener reaching for that tag right now. He wants to get Big Doran back in there.
So we're seeing the strategy play out here. Throw it over. Like looking forward to the tag title match. You look at a team like the Good Brothers. They have a big guy, Big LG, against Finn Juice. Do you think some of this match can kind of bleed in to the next one?
It's got to, because it's a similar strategy. You got your big heavy hitter in Big LG, and you got your tactician and your mat guy in Carl Anderson. So it's a very similar technique and a very similar style going in both matches.
I'm going to reload, folks. I shall be back.
Watch our peers, as well as watching those that came before, and enjoying those that are coming after us. It can show you a thing or two that you might not have seen before. Cover here.
Great tag work. You can see how well they're working together, Storm and Saban. And now Storm doing the smart thing, putting that weight on that reverse chin lock there, keeping all the weight on Diener.
We pointed it out. Look at where Storm positions his body. What Diener has to look at. He has to look into the eyes of Jake Something. He has to look into the eyes of family. So somewhere in the moment, as you're being beaten up, you have to think, man, what am I doing with my life?
Storm going out. Skin the cat. Look at this.
Uh-oh.
Gosh.
Oh, look at that big clothesline. Big clothesline there. Joe Doran's huge. He's a beast. He's a hoss. Look at the door of wrestling.
The window opens up for Diener to be more of what it feels like EY wants him to be.
Yeah, I mean, it goes in their name. They're violent by design.
Violent by design.
Designing it to be violent.
Four.
He's building it to
Five.
be more treacherous.
By the way, you think about like what they did to Rhino, what they tried to do Jake, and what they continue to do to everyone on the roster. And it does become
Kill everyone.
concerning after a while.
Everyone dies.
I mean, because you know,
Wait, that's Lance Archer's motto. Everyone dies.
anything EY tells me to do, and that's dangerous.
Dangerous.
Cover on James Storm, no pressure on the chest.
But that I don't think that was meant to be him. That was meant to get James Storm to wear him down and make him exert that energy kicking out.
It's amazing the influence that EY has. It's just amazing influence anyone has over anyone. Think about some of the things that we do. How's he doing? But EY has this influence over people.
Yeah, EY is controlling them, and literally it's mind control. It feels like EY is in their heads, telling them what to do just by telepathy.
I've heard of an NLP. It's like using persuasive language to get people to do what you want.
You can hear James Storm struggling for breath. That forearm from Diener went right across the throat, right across the larynx. That is dangerous. That is a dangerous move.
So there's a difference, right? Getting into wrestling, to wrestle, to compete, to be a champion, to live well, to get in there and say, well, I can hurt people, and technically you can't arrest me for assault. You got to be careful of those kind of guys.
Yeah, and Diener's become that kind of guy. He used to want to wrestle just to go out there and beat you. Now he's out there to hurt you and beat you. James Storm's in a lot of hurt right here. You can see he is struggling, physically struggling.
Picking Storm up by the hairs of the beard and like underneath like the neck.
You know, and that's another thing. That's just not meant to hurt you in terms of beating you. That's just meant to bother you and inflict damage and pain.
Whoa!
Off the rush momentum.
You say, I want you to die? That's terrible.
Stumbling.
How terrible is that?
Storm doesn't know where he's at right now. He has no clue where he is in the ring.
Would have went to make a tag here and avoided the kick.
Saban's all James Storm's all beat up, man.
Storm still has some strength left. Sends it in. Diener holds on. Storm up and over onto the floor.
Storm just pulls Diener right out. Fortunately for Diener, he landed on his feet.
Ouch.
Storm trying to make that tag. That was smart.
Big boot there.
Tag made. Here comes Saban.
Well, Saban gets a hot tag. Normally it's not the big guy, but again, you get the quicker guy making the hot tag. That's pretty good. That's something different at least.
Saban can get going here, keeping Diener close. As Diener's momentum timed perfectly. Fireman's carry. Saban up. Diener swims through. You saw Saban shift his momentum.
I'll tell you what, this is a lot better match than the other ones have been.
He is going. He's going these kicks. Don't ever sleep on how good Chris Saban is.
No.
Saban is one of the best in the world. Drop it on the top. If he gets this cover, this could be it.
Saban taking a moment of glory there, looking deep into all our eyes. So it seems that Joe Doring has his eyes fixed. Same Storm, though, is watching and waiting as well.
There's the assist.
Ouch.
There's the assist there because Doring had just caught Saban just out of nowhere, and Storm came with the drop kick. What do we got going on here?
Fisherman's elbow.
Here's the cover.
Perfectly savage. Does it work? 2. No.
He's just too sweet.
Nice elbow up the top there by James Storm.
Only one person is here? Uh-oh. That's not good. I mean, that's to show some more wrestling.
Yeah, but is that way of internalizing it? Is he telling them how pissed off he is to them right there? Now, look at this Doring. Big forearm.
Takes out Storm, so that Doring is now the guy that can dictate where the strength lies. Storm at least could match with Doring in that department. Saban has to come up with something here.
Yeah, I see those kicks, very little red circle. Oh, ready?
Oh, cross body.
And Diener's
The half splash.
Can he reach? No. Oh, but they got him.
Oh, that was close. That was close.
So
Get him.
what does that say?
I love when Eric Young, with a man with the graveliest voice, yells at him. Get him.
One thing it does say is right now, EY is telling him to finish him.
The Enziguri fells Diener. Saban pulling him away from the ropes, but not far enough. Look what Eli, look what he does.
Oh, look, going at it on the floor. He wanted something going at it on the floor.
Maybe Jake something can cut off the head of the snake.
Oh, God, Henry got ran right into. That was
Ouch.
Was it, or was it by design?
Last burrito, folks. Look at that delicious looking burrito.
For the cradle
Oh, come on top.
Eli takes matters into his own hands.
He said open the pile driver, but something said no. Oh,
Oh! Oh no.
this is the turning point in this match. Both men down. Dorian's still taking advantage of Storm. Something takes it.
Ouch.
Oh, jumping neckbreaker on the floor.
Ref bump. Ref bump.
Here we go. Still, both wrestlers on their backs. EY, Joe Dorian, Violent by Design, pulling themselves into the picture.
Oh my goodness, Rhino's back.
Rhino! Four!
We haven't seen Rhino since
Four!
at the hands of Violent by Design.
What the hell?
Oh! Heel turn by Rhino! That's awesome!
Randy just scored Steven. What the hell did I just see?
Rhino's heel turn!
I am so damn disgusted. I cannot believe Rhino would stoop so low as to align himself with Violent by Design. Disgusting.
Peter and Joe Dorian, glorious. Rhino has returned and look at the pictures. Rhino is now
Ooh. What a good match, though. Actually, that was pretty good.
Yeah, interrupt me.
Uh-oh. Did we just see the payoff? Oh.
I came in for opportunity, okay? But what do I get? I got the ghost of wrestling past back around and following around everywhere I go. Eddie Edwards, a complete scumbag psychopath. And now tonight, I'm in a match that seems to be basically lawless, right? But what am I to do? You know, I'm just a professional. Well, I adapt. I become what I guess Eddie Edwards wants me to be, okay? And he's going to get it from the most professional wrestler.
Oh, wow.
So what's my talent without opportunity? That's just what I came here for in Impact Wrestling. Opportunity. Well, that's not what I found. No, I discovered this flawless professional wrestling company. Where you got degenerates like Eddie Edwards running around ripping my eyes.
Yeah. All about degenerates, folks.
Led to irreversible damage to my client's eyesight. So obviously, I've advised Brian not to wrestle.
And Scott, my little smug businessman, this cute little super tight.
Doctor that has to clear you and not pay you is our impact. And Dr. Ross says you're fine to go. You're going to face Eddie Edwards one-on-one in an eye-for-an-eye match.
Oh, no.
That sounds wildly unsafe. Seriously, eye for an eye? Am I serious?
They did that already.
So not serious. The dumbest thing that. Who the hell would do that?
They just trolled WWE. The dumbest match in the world is the eye for an eye match. That's the dumbest thing ever. Whoa.
My best friend, a guy I once ate.
Oh, that's right. Matt Cardona.
Into my business, my business.
And sacrifice? You and Eddie Edwards can settle it once and for all and you can run this by your lawyer in terms of a hold armless match.
A traditional submission match? I'm the most professional wrestler. I can handle a submission match.
Great. So you should call your lawyer and have him explain what hold harmless means.
What a hold harmless.
It has nothing to do with submission. It just means hold harmless means no rules.
See, I'm the most professional wrestler. I'm going to rise above.
Ryan, I got some bad news for Mr. Bad News Ryan.
I'm willing to sacrifice it. I'm ready to leave it all in the
Whoa!
I'm ready to do it.
So much gimmick infringement. Oh, what is it now? It's
lights out matches. It meant that the match was not officially sanctioned, and therefore the governing body is not responsible for anything that happens. Right? All parties are absolved of any legal obligation.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a hold harmless, no disqualification match. It is set for one fall. Introducing first from Queens, New York, your most professional
What?
wrestler.
Those beers are good. And fat.
What does that mean? It means I can split your wig and there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
Split your wig illegal term.
It is right.
Fair enough. Ryan Myers now, does this make him more dangerous or more vulnerable?
In my opinion, it's not like Brian Myers more dangerous. Just when you go to a match, you don't think about injuring a person or hurting them. But in this type of match, Brian Myers can do whatever he wants. He can use the ring, he can use the steps, he can use anything as a weapon to hurt me.
His opponent from Boston, Massachusetts, Eddie Edwards.
All that is well and good, and I understand it. But by the end of tonight, we're going to have a unified show. By the end of tonight, so many people are going to be talking. Eddie Edwards realizing that the fight is right.
You're absolutely right to fight everybody. You see, in this match, Eddie has a lot to lose. It's a whole harmless match. Anything
Oh, old harmless match. No one cares. There are no rules. The only rule is there are no rules. Oh, this chair is so comfy though. By design one. That was weird. I'm just good at these matches. Brawl time. That was like a actually because of the Rhino heel turn. I did not foresee that. That was a burrito of a match. That was actually that was pretty good.
So many times before, it's been effective every time.
Well, at least I got a match order right. That's impressive.
Out onto the floor now.
Chikara.
Stipulation truly applies.
Yeah, this is where everything comes in play.
Can't believe leapfrog. It's not impressive in Chikara.
Everything's in play, and all of it can hurt you.
So, Zila, you've been in matches. What do? You're out there now. You're stalking your opponent. You look around. What goes through your mind?
Well, first of all, you're looking at
unsanctioned match, 0 rules, fight to the finish, but no tearing of mask though. No, the mask is sacred. Cheers.
Did you ever have so much animosity with someone that you thought about doing something, maybe like the corner of the step, something like that, then you think, I'm really stupid. Now you don't have to think that way.
D'Lo Brown, you were part of the Nation of Domination. Of course you did.
But then I've never been in a whole harmless match, so it's like I
don't lie, D'Lo Brown.
I'm going to see you. So what you do is
you were an ace of the eights in the Nation of Domination. The only thing I'm going to finish are these amazing lime flavored tortilla chips. So good.
You saw Eddie and Brian with Matt Cardona. Nice trick there by Brian as a special guest referee, and Brian tried to load up his elbow pad and try to cheat.
Dude, he loaded up his elbow pad right in front of the ref. He's like, dude, I saw it though. It's terrible. There we go. Back to normal.
This is why I say Brian Myers, I think, is intimidated by Eddie Edwards. See, he has to go and try to elicit the help.
Eddie Edwards.
The higher gun. He has to try to cheat by loading up the elbow pad and hoping that Cardona is going to go along with it. Eddie Edwards is in Brian Myers' head, and Brian does not know what to do about it.
Oh, Luigi Kamien's come back? Davey.
Just as Brian is in the ring, Eddie makes sure he's out of the ring.
Eddie going for the dive. Look at that.
So here we go. This is what you would imagine a guy like Eddie Edwards.
Oh! Oh, look at that dive.
Great dive right
What was
there.
that about Angelina Love? You gotta leave and she's hooked to packing Newports all the time.
Starts
Wow.
to get ready. Now you have to find out what is Eddie Edwards made of. In a match like this, you see the best and the worst of guys.
Yeah, well, Eddie's going to show you the best of himself and things like this. Now, Eddie is looking, stalking his head, but and you can see Eddie is looking around. He's surveying the area.
Fucking
He
sucks.
wants to find out when he uses the weapon, and right here, he's going for the steps. He's going for those explosive steel steps. Those things are dangerous. Those things, I mean, crazy.
Not the
steps.
5,000-pound
It's pure metal.
steps.
See what Eddie has in mind. See what now that he doesn't have to have anything in the back of his mind.
Impact needs some real angles. I feel this match has been okay.
Desperation and defense, but still.
Kind of what you'd expect
Hitting his
from a whole
head
harmless
and
match. It's
uppercut
nothing
on
terrific.
Those steel steps. Did you hear the sound of flesh against metal? And metal always wins.
Angles, not Kurt Angle. That was funny.
It's going to be street fight, kind of tactics. I'm comfortable where Eddie is. You know, give him a back.
I give him my back right now. I don't want to take straight right hands to the face.
Fair enough.
No, you can't. You always got to have the mask on.
The steps come into play.
Golly. Just Eddie's head straight forward.
That's
And
right.
this is where the
Actually,
whole
Impact is a
goes.
steady show.
Nothing can be done about this.
You heard Brian ask that question. Who's the
Impact's more consistent.
It provokes like an ironic question. It's really just hold arms. You do whatever you want, not have to worry about any kind of repercussions. But you're the most professional. Like that's a strange line to walk.
It's strange, but he is just trying to get in Eddie's head. He wants to win this match.
Cover here. It's all about winning. You saw Brian nicely remove the arm. Referee could get in place there.
And look at that.
So then this is different now. You know, Brian knows that the trash can lid can bend and break. And
Yeah, Dick Butt, that's right.
You normally throw that against your opponent's throat in a normal no disqualification.
Nah, 2016 was actually not bad.
All you're going to do is enough to damage your opponent. But in a match like this where I'm trying to hurt you, I'm trying to make
No Legos. Bring out the Legos.
Interesting insight to the new age athlete, Brian. Structured a great contract, man. I wish I could have had a contract like Brian's there, I said.
Yeah, with all the legalese and the big minutia in there, I would too.
The big minutia. That sounds like a move. Right now, Eddie Edwards back up. He turned his head right up underneath the chin of Brian Myers. It's a smart little thing to create some space. The hair goes Brian sits it down.
Brian slams down to the canvas.
Yeah, what is the worst? It's here.
Control.
Legos, Dan Blaze, but you, Sir Dan Blaze, or you're already in the Daytona Beach
That's not
Gunfight League. That's a good point. What is worse than a death match? Legos?
Referee, check on there.
Hopefully,
He's defending himself any longer. Now there's really
hopefully you're on the list.
Eddie doesn't have his hands up. See, it's different now. Now about hold harmless, this becomes different.
This is where this contract plays
Dan
out.
Blaze, and well, Dan Blaze already in the list. Hopefully, you just made the list, sir.
Venture into the contractual things, 'cause
The Hobo list.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not either, but I know what a can in the head feels like.
Cookie sheets.
So the referee checking Eddie's eyes. Suplex. Eddie looks like dead weight here. Myers in for the cover. Eddie kicks out. That could just be instinct.
You know, I've told the story before. Eddie has such great wrestling instincts. If you were to sneak in his room at night, walk up to him when he's sleeping, and whisper in his ear, 1, 2, and he would kick out before 3.
You locked eyes with the referee. That's important to the ref, and that's important to you if you're watching to see what's left inside the fight now. There you go.
I miss Wrestle House too.
Separation. Let's see what Eddie has on his legs. Eddie off and no. Brian still right there. Middle of the ring. Driver.
Kazarian.
It's not enough.
Michinoku driver right there at Brian Myers. Eddie was trying to build momentum up, but Brian cut him right back down. Man, smart wrestling there by Brian Myers.
lot of distance between these two wrestlers now. This doesn't bode well for Eddie.
And now look, Brian Myers is looking under the ring for weapons. He's looking for
But there's a plan here, right? This isn't just, random.
No, it's not random. He knows that he wants to maim Eddie. He's going to try to do what he can to hurt him as badly as possible. And these weapons just facilitate what he's trying to accomplish. No, Eddie, he's just talking. This is pride talking right there.
So that's Eddie's pride, and I get that. But I also, you come to know Eddie as a husband, and a dad, and you start to think about these things.
I bet at some point in the younger part of Eddie's career, he would take this match gladly any time. But now is when you're a husband, when you're a father, you start thinking about things a little differently. You start wondering, is this type of match that I want to get involved with?
They're talking about who's a bigger Satanist. You missed James Mitchell as being the Satanist. My question to you folks, who's a bigger Satanist? James Mitchell or the Fiend Alexa Bliss? Let's see what they say.
Above the floor, and he's just stuck there. He's out on his feet, looks like.
You get that ringing in your ears for a second. It takes you a while to get your equilibrium back. Eddie's going to take advantage. Another headbutt. Brian's disoriented now up there.
I hope so. Ty should be in NXT by now.
This is going to rock Brian Myers if he hits this.
Rock both of them, but Eddie Edwards is willing to make part of the fun the sacrifice.
Oh my goodness, did you see that? That is two men coming down top steel chairs. A superplex from damn near 6 feet up off the canvas.
What cost? What's the result? Take a look.
Look at this. Eddie just launches Brian Myers.
Play it, Rice WrestleMania. That should be something
In
interesting.
the middle of his back.
No, Ryder. Ryder, that's terrible. That'd be so awesome, though.
Just that moment, and now these two meet in the middle of the ring.
Ryder, that's, again, kind of random statement by me. No.
Top of the head, that hurt.
Eddie bounced off the ropes, get a little extra momentum on that.
This is fun. Good to watch. Oh, wait. You know what I should show? I should show some pro wrestling.
Eddie switches up to some chops now. And he's bringing something that Brian doesn't really have as much of. And he has that great Japan experience. We're going to see it highlighted later on tonight. But that's far to go.
Oh, look at this. Blue Thunder Bomb.
The time. No.
And you got to be thinking, Eddie's got to be thinking to himself, what do I got to do? What do I got to do to put this Brian Myers away? What do I got to do?
You know, why have fans only when you can't show nudity? That's terrible. Boo, only fans.
Now look at Eddie looking around, surveying the territory.
Would you pay?
It's like a point guard bringing up the ball and just holding up the fingers for each player. You're just surveying the floor, surveying the mat. Eddie Edwards now to the floor. Now we'll see what Eddie Edwards can do with this stipulation, what he chooses to do.
Now Eddie looking under the ring.
Remember Eddie's experience, his matches, his time against Tommy Dreamer, and wow, here we go.
See, Eddie has taken a little bit of something every match he's been in, every tables match, every hardcore match. Eddie has brought some of that home with him.
You cannot forget Eddie's past, right?
Lesbian pics. The mid-card act.
There's extreme within Eddie Edwards.
Oh, yeah, there's extreme inside Eddie Edwards. He knows how to bring it out. And right here, look at him setting up this table. You know what he's got going on.
Access point, no, they don't.
How do I get my opponent? How do I get
Polka.
my Myers in a position where I can use this table?
Oh, that's right. The Lucha Underground. That was awesome.
Throw your opponent through the table, and the way it's set up, it's mostly to just throw them down on their back.
He would have worked his butt muscles. Pass the torch.
Have a chance to not think about
Oh, at least I got a few people on the list of pro wrestling, so I have some thank yous to give out on Monday. That's good, because Monday's going to suck.
Seattle climbed to the top rope and just long darted down on his head through the table. It's Hall and Harvest match. You can do this because you can't be held responsible.
It's good, refreshing.
Some of the nose is Eddie Edwards wins this match with like a small package, middle of the ring. You know what I mean? Right.
Chips.
That was damage Brian Myers' psyche.
That looks like Hernandez.
He is.
Eddie doing a dive out on Hernandez.
Kylie Jenner. And Bella Delphine. I saw her pics once. Not impressed. Way too skinny. Way too schoolgirlish for me. I'm a little bit older. I like mature women. I like some women with some age on them. That's the best kind of one. Speaking of that, Matt Mid Cardona. Oh no! Oh, Cardona takes on Hernandez. Oh, it's a brawl.
Back in the ring now. It's just Eddie.
Sure, this is yucky. It's not bad. It's like a good. It's like a good TV show.
Look at that.
Oh, he's got the kendo stick.
Hello, old friend. Kenny, my friend, it is so nice to see you again.
There are some dangerous sights, but one of them is Eddie Edwards holding a kendo stick. He knows how to swing that damn thing. Oh, Myers baited him right in. I've never seen that before.
That is clever and ruthless.
Myers bait him in.
The referee is out on the floor. Oh, but it really is just
Ref's dead.
For what? For show?
Yeah, the referee's just there to count for 1, 2, 3, or see if somebody can continue. But I've got to go back. You said clever, and that it was. I've never seen it where someone has yanked someone into the edge of that, forcing their foot right on the corner of the ring like that. And now look at his Brian.
That's Joker.
On the table.
Hawkins versus QT Marshall.
Hammer fist.
That's funny.
Where's Brian going?
Completely forgot this was on.
Brian going to the top? Is Brian going to go to the top?
Spears sucks, by the way. Yeah, Sean Spears says, "Oh, Brian Myers up to the top rope. Oh, he's a kendo stick to the back, though, folks. Terrifying. Kenny the kendo stick. Dark Horse is selling merch.
Class for the legs. You set up for the backpack stunner.
Oh my God! Say it. Say it Joey Styles like.
Look at this again. That's the back right. Look at this right there. Wow. See Myers back of his head? He just bounces off that table. Eddie is willing to do anything to win this match, including hurt himself.
Abby, if Myers could get to his feet with any type of
Poor butt.
Myers are rolling him into the ring. Eddie has to be thinking the same thing. Look at Myers. He rolled all the way across the ring.
That smart get distance, create some space so you can't get beat right away. And look at the bruising on back of Eddie's back.
Look where Eddie is. The only thing he has is the ropes to pull himself up. Look where Myers is, right near those weapons. I'm like, oh, nice stuff kick. Eddie Edwards face down.
Eddie was trying to build momentum right there, but Brian, what is Brian? Look at this.
Oh yes, he loads up the elbow pad, which now is perfectly illegal.
Look, Eddie's looking down at the object here. Now Eddie's got it in his hands. What's he gonna do?
Uh-oh. He's gonna load up his fists.
He has a choice.
Oh, he's gonna load up the knee for the Super Boston Knee Party. Let's watch this Boston Knee Party, folks. Oh, the Boston Knee Party with a loaded Eddie Edwards. Hey, Cheese Spot. Welcome back. Right, kitty cat. Elgato. Did you see that look she gave me? Like, what are you doing here? There she goes. Elgato. That was okay. I do like the fact that he used his weapon on him. There was a little brawl outside. Solid cheeseburger match. Can't complain about it. Solid burrito match.
Look at this right here. Eddie opening it up, and he knows what he wants.
So we're going to see some more women. Oh, we have a lot of women's matches tonight. That's weird.
She wrote 1, 2, 3.
Good to see it coming. Good update on
Mention
Brian
under
as the
promise.
night goes on, but let's take a look at this.
Team champions.
Scissors are placed, and she wants everybody's place.
Now, for me, there's never been anything quite like Jordan Grace. Putting aside all the bells and whistles, because when you're focused, you become great at sport.
She's somebody who knows what she wants to go after. She brings a different element, a different aspect to this game of professional wrestling.
And with sacrifice looming in 11 nights, the stakes could not be higher.
Kiera and Jordan, close quarters fighting.
Isn't it off? Shoulders down.
Hot Jordan Grace.
Jordan's just too strong. Double clothesline. Right on the floor.
Yeah, once it starts, yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm changing Gallows and Anderson's music too. We're going back to Bullet Club. That piece of crap. Time to reload, folks, and put dishes away. I got a new mag.
It's about punching up in the face. And she's doing it with jumping neck breaker.
Back on track on something that you want to do. Here we go, back exposed, shoulders are down, roll through, Jazz stays on her feet, stays in position, small pockets the ankle with clock, the right way.
Jab, here comes the big haymaker.
The wrestling advantage. You cannot say that allows with either contract for Jazz. That's interesting going into the center. And Jordan is also down here, and I don't think here realizes it.
You're right. And now, and it's the F.
She got out! The winner of that is Jazz. And this Saturday night, Jazz and George Grace take on Kiera and Tasha for the Knockdown Tag Team titles. All right, we're building towards our huge main event, and now we get into the championship portion of our evening. We begin with the Knockouts Tag Team titles.
Oh, I think she pooped there. Wait, what? Oh, there we
The
go.
next contest at sacrifices for the Knockouts Tag Team Championship.
Knockouts Tag Team Championship of the World.
The team of Jordan Grace and Jazz.
What's Jazz doing wearing that ugly
2009, it's 2013. But now the research, the revitalization, Fire and Flame have put the titles on the map.
pink leg, pink face in her ass? Haha! It's terrible. It was horrible helmet she's wearing though.
In route to be named the number one contender. So Jordan and Jazz also have a very deep relation. One of them mentor and student. And Jordan pays homage to Jazz, and Jazz imparts that wisdom back on Jordan. Together they become
Kylie Ray is cute, that's why. That's her issue. I gotta turn this fan on. It's actually warm.
Your opponents are the Knockout Tag Team Champions, Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steele. Fire.
We got ourselves titles.
So they were the mind games right out of the gate. They made everyone wait. They let Jordan Jazz's music play an extra beat longer. Maybe you have to throw up everyone's time, and Fire and Flavor are ready to defend their titles.
Striking, you know, that's called champion's prerogative. When you're the champion,
Right.
everything is on your schedule.
Everything's on you. It's whatever you want to do. Wait, the normally that's why. Yeah, that's right. Champion always comes out last. They make you wait.
Fire and Flavor both have
On a wood floor.
early years titles. They took it from Havoc in the Bay and took it
Dan Blaze.
took the opportunity.
Let's check out these two.
Havoc in the Bay is like a dominant, strong team, much like their race wrestling. Fire and Flavor were able to overcome it.
Jordan, that young, powerful wrestler, she's going to set the tone and pace of this match. Now I want to see how the speed and investment it's all about right there. The knockouts tag team titles.
Uh-oh, someone got a wedgie. Jazz. Jazz is no bueno, folks. Let's see it.
Right. To the championship rounds of this event, Sacrifice here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
Oh, these are the championship rounds. That's always good to hear.
No, that's not what we're doing. Jordan coming off. Good, strong shoulder tackle. Knock Kira right down.
Jordan also takes good, quick steps and enhances her speed and thus her power.
The reason those quick steps, Jordan trains quick twitch muscle groups, which
Shows
gives her
them
more
more. There we
explosiveness,
go.
makes her a lot more quicker.
Ah, there we go. Now my mask is summoned properly.
Tag made to a mine.
Minimaskris, the man of 1,000 masks. Now I'm Hijo del Hobo, El Vagabundo, the man of one mask.
Everything she does is about
Hot dogs cooking.
OG. She's the
No access point. No, I had veggie burritos, and they were so good. They were fake meat veggie burritos, and I still have 3 left over for tomorrow. Jazz is gonna kill you. No.
Look at the power.
Yeah, but that headbutt to the stomach took the power right away.
That scissor, Jazz down, stumbling
Good stuff.
into the corner. Jazz may have been rocked there.
Let's see what's down here.
She might be out of her feet a little bit.
Wait, where is this match at? There we go. Well, that's where he built it. Hello, second person. Let's watch some pro wrestling.
The majority of Jazz's titles have come as a singles wrestler, save for protecting Marty Bell. I think it's interesting to see how Jazz enjoys.
Jazz looks like New Jack.
I think they work well together.
Jazz is a female New Jack. That was funny. Oh, what the hell did I do?
You can see that in Jordan's aggression here.
I mean, that's so good. I really should turn this on more often. Maybe you can hear me better. Who knows? Well, I don't know, because I know I can see my little thing here down here. Oh, the elbow right on the ass cheek of Tasha Steeles. Oh, shit, how to hurt. That was so weird.
But it did. It earned Tasha an opportunity.
Wow.
A chance to roll out of the ring. Look at how Kira's not over there.
Smart.
Jazz is. So now this happens.
Oh my God, look at that ass of Jordan Grace. Oh, I'm going to go over here still.
Jazz is going to punch you right in the face, so you don't want that to happen.
Kira peeking around the corner. Kira doesn't mind the count out, though. They keep the titles. Jordan realizes that as well. Jazz may have given her the nod if Jordan didn't on her way.
You know, Jordan definitely knows you can't beat them on the floor. And they were content to take the count out win, but that's not how you want to try to take the knockout title home.
Check to make sure.
That's a big booty.
Tasha hurt? What's going on there?
Jordan in, and Tasha took advantage.
Oh, see, that's getting in their mind right there. That's good thinking. That is playing the game well.
So now, what we've talked about this, the experience of Jazz.
Why is Jordan the hog?
That moment there for Jordan, that was
Terrible. Oh.
Jordan. She came in a little too hot.
Look at that.
Jordan's just trying to get the
Holding her tilt. Oh, yeah. The twerk. The twerk. The twerk is on fire.
Oh, I think the lead has just changed in this one, man. Wow.
The mood is about to change.
Trying to end it. Kick out on one.
Right there. Look at Kira taking control, bringing Jordan back to her after the ring. And right now, this is where Fire and Flavor work well. Double teams in the corner.
Okay, so that one's lagging a little bit. Normally, it's always a toss-up between which one's lagging.
Yeah, without a doubt, that's where you want to keep your opponent. You want to keep.
Woo! Oh, wait a second. Is he going to do some twerking again?
Make the long crawl that much further over to the partner to try to make that tag.
Chance to show off the goods here.
Yeah, of course you are. Oh, here's wind it up. You see this floor.
Ahead of Steve. Otter, is she out enough?
Jordan Grace does have huggable fights, though. I'll give her that much.
Doing these quick flash moves, trying to disorient Jordan just for a second. Quick 1, 2, 3, get out of town.
We got those titles.
They want to get in and out and get this fast win. So that's why they're doing these flash double teams to try to get that quick win.
Took a second there, and Jordan realized where she was, saw Jazz, and gave her a gift. Here's Tasha Steeles. Rolls Tasha back out.
Chikara. Chikara's amazing. I miss Chikara.
Jab.
Kira Hogan's asses.
The big one there it is.
Glorious. I'm just reading some other comments here.
Jazz with those wide steps, covering a lot of ground as she moves in.
I said wide base. It helps her maintain balance.
Jazz does. You have to take a look at Jazz. She does look like female New Jack.
That is smart tag team wrestling.
Where is she?
Flavor. That is a play, a set play, and it may result in a score. No.
That right there was something they had practiced a long time ago, saying if we ever get this situation, this is what we're going to do. That is plan 27P or whatever the hell it is, but it worked right there.
So there's Jazz.
You got a kick to the gut will put you down. Now Kira is exerting her will.
Bro, nobody watches.
Reverse chin lock.
Natasha and Kira's going to
All that
retain.
pressure on Jazz's neck and head, cutting off the carotid artery, making it difficult to breathe. Now Jazz is carrying all that weight around. This
Yeah,
is a
Jazz is
workout.
definitely the female New Jack. At least she has that look to it.
To her side, get a table-like base.
PSA Dasher, so the world champion.
Here comes Jazz.
This
Indeed.
one is dangerous. Letting those fists fly. This one could be a momentum shift, but no. Right to the eyes by Kira. Smart. Now neck breaker. Oh, look at that.
Good stuff.
Jazz can't see any of these shots coming. This is not good.
Oh, the eye rake.
Two. Oh.
No, they're definitely knocking Jazz off her game, and they've isolated Jazz
Whoa.
now with this offense.
Smart tag team work. I'll tell you what, Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz, they have some great tag team work. They have amazing booties too, but that's a whole other issue.
Insight into Fire and Flavor.
They're too
Come down, do they get
sweet.
more violent? Do they get quicker? Do they get faster? Do they get frustrated? It couldn't be Jazz right there.
Sacrifice.
All the above, but they got to get more aggressive, so they can definitely get in there and put Jazz in position to beat her. Oh, and here Jazz is trying to fly her back.
Here we go. I don't think
New Jack versus Kenny Omega. The belt. New Jack versus Kenny Omega.
Look at that. Kick
I don't think AEW wants anything to do with New Jack.
comes back there, and Jazz kicked her feet as well.
Uh-oh.
Right on
And then she like fell down because she had to.
God, Jazz
Oh, Jordan Grace is going to get the hot tag.
There's a tag to Jordan, and here comes the powerhouse.
Jordan with a full head of steam there, using her power the best way she can.
And
Oh, she
just
slipped.
lighting up right now.
See, now she's crawling. She forgot she wasn't supposed to hulk up. That's
And
funny.
look at the motor. Bam! Wow,
That's a
Jordan's on
botch.
fire.
Jordan wins.
Either that or she took out her, like she twisted an ankle or something.
We might be going. No, look, Tasha.
Oh, wow. What the? Tasha came on the top rope with a splash.
Ouch.
Tasha may have
That
just
elbow.
used the knockouts, tag titles right there. Their heads may have locked in. Jordan may be out.
Oh, that's a caveman Barrio spot almost.
Man, what?
Hey, oh, Marisa Marita. Hey, Parite, Parida.
Back up. And Jordan is standing and trading shots here now with a knife edge. And Jordan
That was a.
push what she has caught.
Oh,
No, Jordan now.
oh, the heel miscue. Actually, the heel save. I'll have to talk about that.
Here she
Skill.
comes again.
Bum, bum, bum. I miss Triple A, folks. I want to see Triple A. I wonder when Rhea Diaz is going to be back.
Tasha right
Are
there.
they going to go? Or are they going to go straight to Triple Mania again? Who knows?
Oh my goodness.
Super Turtle Stomp.
Flavor taking full advantage
A
of
Turtle Stomp neck breaker. The ref was underneath the ropes. It's only
And
two.
right there, that's the experience Jazz is giving to Jordan. Because you think Jordan would have kicked out of that 6 months ago? I think now Jordan knows how to use the ring.
Jordan now knows how to use the ring. Gee, she's been here often enough. She should know.
Jordan, see, she's spying them, trying to get Kira's timing. If she can, it's going to be bad news for Kira Hogan. Wow. Is this it?
Uh-oh.
2. Oh.
Look at that. What a great wheelbarrow face paint by Jordan, showing her strength, showing this match is far from over.
You read a lot when you look at a wrestler's eyes. See what they're watching, what they're trying to time.
I want Jordan Grace to sit on the face.
2, no.
Who said that in the Discord? I should have.
Into the submission here, turning it over.
Shine ass in her face.
Middle of the ring.
Oh, look.
Oh, that assisted powerbomb backbreaker.
Tasha kicked Jazz's face off, but Jazz was quick.
Uh-oh. The STF.
There's a tag right there.
The hell?
Jordan, and they're going to
That's
isolate Kira
some
now.
weird heel miscue.
Jordan with the clothesline in the corner.
Hey.
Let's get a muscle buster. She said
Oh, boy.
a muscle buster.
A muscle buster. Oh, we must watch Muscle Buster. We have not seen a Muscle Buster in so long.
Back fist. Oh. What an
Oh,
exchange.
Samoa Joe's move. So much stealing. Ouch. Crucifix bomb. Crucifix. Super kick party. The shake, rattle, and roll into the. Oh, the bridge. Oh, look at that ass.
That's a strong win.
Here are your winners and still not got tag teams. Fire. Good flavor.
Here, Hogan and Tasha Steelers work together to change the momentum of this.
Did she shit her pants?
Yeah, that momentum at the end was changed because
Whoa.
they are not all show. They can actually go. They can flat out wrestle, and they are still the Knockouts Tag Team Champions.
I we're into the championship rounds here. Every match here on it. By a week.
Speaking of momentum, and our colleague Gia Miller's trying to get.
Oh, 3 people watching. Yep, nothing to watch. Let's see here, but let's see here. Where's the women's tag belts?
Excuse me, Moose. Can I get a word from you about the title unification match tonight?
Moose. You call him Mr. Moose, damn it.
Come on, Moose. People really want to know.
Moose.
How are you feeling about this?
No, don't call him that. Mr. Moose to you. Lord High and Almighty Moose.
Done enough talking.
The Moose Almighty.
Just watch what
Moose.
happens.
Oh. Oh. That's a very, very Mr. T-ish jive turkey. That's very my prediction. Pain. Okay, so that was actually a pretty. I thought it was a decent match. Ace Austin. Let me shrink this a little bit. I will show more wrestling. Give me a moment. Let me update this.
He had to go through the entire X division to be here.
Actually, it was a burrito match. It wasn't bad. Copy. There's still a lot of wrestling to watch, too. This card's been moving along. I guess that's the good news. Yeah, I'm going to shrink you up a little bit. So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 more matches left. That's not too bad. Next, we're here. Ace Austin with Madman Fulton. Indeed. Oops, I moved the mouse. It's here. TJP. TJP. TJP.
Los Angeles, California, the X Division champion,
I thought it was San Diego. I didn't realize it was Los Angeles.
TJP has been the X Division champion this reign for nearly 100 days. The way he has done it has been remarkable. He's turned aside every challenger.
Oh,
Austin knows that the challenger
this guy.
Ace Austin knows that confidence, that will, that want, desire to be champion. Now I'll give it to you. TJP is
Finally not a tag match. No, we haven't had a tag. Well, the whole harmless match wasn't a tag match.
He's not as sufficient as this. He is all of them and that much more.
Stop Mizarni Wahai. Let's see here. You know what? 4 people here. Let's check out some wrestling. Elf King main event. Elf King main eventing. Oh, die Puma die. No, don't kill Prince Puma. Let's see here.
You know, I don't know. Could TJ drop toe hold him? Could TJ slide to an ankle lock? Who knows? But TJP is just that skilled, just that good.
Allow Ace Austin to hold on quick enough. TJP is quick.
TJP is quick, but Ace Austin is quick as well.
Tra-la-la with a good pull. Tra-la-la always puts on some good pulls. Oh, we lost everyone. Don't worry. See, come back and I will show some wrestling. It's just a matter of time. Just like right now.
style. Those guys have to be watching and be proud of where it is today.
Well, those guys are the founding fathers of the division. They're the ones that created this X division style. They're the ones that blended all.
Please win this one. A lot of people want Ace Austin to win this. This should be interesting. Tummy's full. Oh, Eligato's back.
Full control of
Eligato. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow.
TJ got the leverage.
Meow, 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 meow. Classic headlock stuff. Come on, Chief. Come over here.
What's TJ doing here?
No, over here.
A bit of a distraction here. Just trying to have Ace Austin. Listen, these guys know each other, right?
Elgato. Come on, Elgato.
By TJP. I think
El Fluffy
needs to beat
Gato.
TJP to get that monkey
El
off.
Fuzz. He's El Fuzz. She's here.
Into an abdominal stretch.
Abdominal stretch.
TJ used Ace's strength.
Stretch.
No, I can tell you this. That Ace Austin has been thinking about this
Ah.
for a long time. Ace Austin
Here,
was gonna win
here,
this
slink away. There she is.
dominate division, and all of a sudden, on his
Uh-oh, she's gonna go on her couch now. I bet.
scores the big win over Ace Austin.
Nice of the guys.
What are you
TJP is
doing?
the last guy you want to see walk through the locker room doors. You know what I mean?
I do. TJP is a journeyman.
You're so
He's a
confused
top
looking.
professional.
She's just
He
like
can
there in
beat
the, like the middle,
anyone any given
middle of
night.
the floor.
Ace
Oh.
Austin takes exception to some of these thoughts. You know, he
Ooh.
wants to feel like when he walks into the locker room, he feel the same way. You gotta earn that. Look at that.
Lick, lick, lick. Wait, why am I more interested in my cat than what
Now he's standing
Hobo
up.
Tom's cat's doing in this
Pressure.
match? Let's watch some wrestling.
Trap into a head scissors. Ace Austin counters.
Good counter wrestling.
How moments to know one another. TJ's escaping.
Kick out. Kick through. No. Up. Roll through. Wow. Both guys so quick.
Good footwork there by TJP. Spun off on his pivot.
Transformers 3 was a good movie.
Takes the back, rolls over through, and look.
Oh, almost got her for a second. Smart.
But not the
He's
kick
smart
part,
to know
just like the
moves.
clap part. Man, TJP.
He's Eligato.
It's amazing, just the tactics that he can use.
TJ's loading up. Go for it. Slide through drop kick, but he hits Fulton.
Oh, sliding dropkick. Wake up! Oh, did you see that? He hit him and he got up.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, Fulton now.
Right there, got Ace Austin's back, stops him from falling onto the ramp. Let's take a look at this again. Look at this Fosbury flop, and there is the backstop that is Madman Fulton stopping all damage.
If ever a picture told a story, it was Ace just kind of.
COVID is a work. Oh, there she goes. Well, at least you got to see her a little bit. Oh, look at Ace Austin fly. And then caught again, Madman Fulton. Ace Austin is on juice.
Yeah, well, Ace Austin
No, if he was on
brings
juice, he'd be a lot more
also
jacked.
brings Madman Fulton, and that can frustrate and anger
Oh, that
TJP.
big knee.
So TJ has got to stay on his game plan and not let
Ace, that's not on
Fulton's
COVID.
bother him.
We're still joking about COVID stuff. That's funny.
TJ is always.
You tell me, folks. Are you guys still joking about COVID out there? I know I am. COVID and coleslaw wrestling.
Oh, nice shoulder tackle. Oh, this is what makes Ace Austin so dangerous. Innovative offense.
Oh, look at that big Insiguri off the middle rope. That's good. See, this is actually the only thing they're missing from an X Division match is Ultimate X. When they put the big X on top of the ring and then suspend the belt, they need to bring back Ultimate X. I should type that. I'm going to type that.
Yeah, that's a sign that they've lost their wherewithal. They've lost their place and state in the match and lost their ring placement right there.
It's nice little dragon sleeper with some pressure on the shoulder.
Yeah, this is meant to wear you down again. I talk about it all the time. These wear down holds. This is the carotid artery. This is making TJ breathe heavy and carry all the weight of Ace Austin.
Seriously, I've been showing you.
Think of a way to get out of
They need to bring back
all
Ultimate
while
X.
having trouble breathing and carrying all of Ace Austin's weight on his neck.
When COVID happened, I did get my money back though.
Body and alleviate pressure.
Woke lesbian haircut. Whoa. Oh, access point null. Pulling the Sabu.
He may not quit. I don't think he'll quit, but going to sleep is possible.
I'm just here for their thick ass women's division. I feel like Ace's
Another knee strike.
Leaning a little too far forward.
Ace's haircut looks like every female giving printing journalist. Ah!
He's got to get moving here and force Ace to move
All Japan Pro Wrestling Dream Power. Day 3 on Wu Dos.
TJ trying to quicken the pace.
No one wants to talk about Ultimate X. That's okay. No one likes me anymore.
Gosh, maybe thicker from the neck up, too. He's going to have to be. Got landed.
Yeah, he did. But the momentum of that DDT flung Ace Austin all the way out to the floor.
It begs the question is what's the better?
Oh, TJP big springboard DDT. That's awesome. Now they go to the outside.
To me, it's a combination of both because there is no prototypical body type anymore for a pro wrestler. Now you just got to use the tools you have.
What God gave you.
Dragon Age 2 does suck.
TJP soaring through the air. Both wrestlers up. Push kick creates space. TJP the champ on the move and watch this.
She is running off a food truck.
Wow.
Moose. Only person who's ever main event. Moose.
Cover, shoulders
Moose.
down.
We almost had it there. TJ almost knocked that Ace Austin out with that tornado DDT, but now looks like TJP is pointing up. Is he pointing up for the mob?
Tweet you made
Yeah, he's going
in
to
2007.
end this right now.
Uh-oh.
He's trying to shout directions. Look, see?
There's the dab. There's a TJP dab. You know, the dab was so 2000. No, the dab was 2000. Dab was so 2019.
Ace Austin may have caught a mistake there. TJ tried to walk up the ropes. He was successful to flip off the back. Going back here, and here it is. Submission hold. Does he have it locked in yet, D-Lo?
No, you can see Ace block, press control, cover. 1, 2. Oh, wow.
The tab was so 2019.
The feet weren't hooked there.
What an exchange back and forth.
ODB with a knocked up title.
Spins over. Ace Austin took the pressure.
Ouch, that hurt.
Wow.
No, it's all about Moose. Moose, there'll be some weird, like, odd DQ. If Moose wins and he faces Kenny Omega at Hard to Kill, there's going to be some screwy ending. Was this WWE? Actually, it was. Oh, wait.
Credit to the exhibition, their style, their technique, their athleticism, and their tenacity.
Whoa,
and
son.
is what the exhibition is all about.
Oh, Dopo, son of El Dopo Reloaded.
Rolling kick in the corner, and TJ could be out. And Ace Austin is setting up for something.
Son of El Dopo Reloaded, you're on my list.
It's not enough weight.
See, what
You
did
not
he
have
say?
enough leverage on the chest, allowing TJ to kick out quickly. You got to get all of your weight.
No, it's still not a thing. I've never understood the dab. I think I've seen people do it. I laughed at people for doing it. That's okay. You know what? Just for you, son of El Dopo Reloaded.
Okay, looks like this could be the fold.
I
This
prefer
could be
the
set up
floss.
for the fold right here. You got to look at this. Watch. TJ's got to watch out.
People have to call back to their history.
TJ just collapsed.
Title can switch hands if the champ can no longer defend himself.
Yeah, if the referee makes that decision.
That's a technical knockout.
It is TKO, and if the
The
ref throws that
floss.
out, then yes, the title can change hands.
Tuffy.
TJ's okay.
Continue.
Oh, they sell the dancing
We're
band.
going with this match then.
Tuffy. Tuffy, you're on the list. I have such a list to make on Monday. Monday's still going to suck.
Had an opportunity there. You had an opportunity to pin TJP, but instead your ego got in the way. And now you bite
So
you
yeah,
there.
so I had Kiera Hogan saw him
Spin through.
4 matches.
Knee bar. If he presses all his weight,
Oh, the knee bar.
touches the mat, we could get a submission here.
And right there, Ace Austin is right in the center of the ring. He's trying to get the ropes. He's trying.
But Fulton pushing the ropes here. Ref sees it.
Oh, that's a weak knee bar. Look how bent his knee is, though.
Here we go. It's a successful defense of the title. TJP.
Madman Fulton's grabbing,
Ace Austin's
stretching. You get out.
journey. He might not be
Let's pull back in. Madman Fulton's going bonkers. Let's check out some of this action.
That's the only thing he do to break that knee bar. Wow, he's in it a long time.
Now we're going to see what Ace Austin is made of. TJP has proven himself. Title defense has a title defense all around the world. But Ace Austin clamors for acclaim, so let's see.
You can see TJ again, and Ace is having nothing to do with that. And now they're just chalking for position right there with strikes. Throwing strikes back and forth. Oh,
The slugfest aspect definitely favors Ace.
Yeah, I would say so. Ace is the stronger of the two.
Yeah.
Cool getting that. Oh, that's a good
Right there,
one.
but TJ's got the educated feet. Lifts him up.
TJ definitely knows how to use his weight behind his strikes. But Ace Austin just has far more muscle mass. Got a gut wrench there. TJ spun out. Here we go.
Go over to detonation. No. Counter.
TJP, counter wrestler extraordinaire. Once again has the knee bar locked in.
If he gets to the city, he's dead center. Look, he's locked in. It's a long time to be in it.
TJP is going to find another position. He's going to take advantage of what Ace is giving him. Nice go behind trap seatbelt suplex.
Every time TJP gets that knee bar on it, weakens Ace's legs. And there, TJ's going back up the top. Looking for the
That's the
mount.
right move there based off the momentum of the high impact move. It's set up for
That's a terrible question to ask.
Here we go.
I'm not feeling it, honestly.
Position Brandon Toll in the way. Oh! That roller there kick connected.
That didn't look as blatant to me as some would say.
It looked like bad placement. Let's see if Ace can take advantage.
Back in. It's where TJP needs Ace to be. Cross body, roll through. Their strong legs come into play. Finally. Sometimes it only takes one play, and this might be it, D-Lo.
He goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3.
What?
Here's your winner, new X Division
Oh, wow. Ace Austin won? Puma died. Drink. Oh, I actually picked Ace Austin.
Look at this double stop right here. It's setting up for the hold. And one Ace hits this. That's all she wrote. Cover. New champ. 1,
Wow.
2, 3.
I actually picked that. That's impressive.
The one thing we talked about, that little variable, the strength of Ace Austin's legs in front. It wasn't bad match starting. No, Ace Austin has earned the X Division title.
X Division.
No one can take that away from him until they beat him.
Ace Austin has proven that he is the X Division champ. Ace Austin proved he can exercise demons. And look
That was actually pretty good, too.
Is picking up Ace Austin in celebration. And now they're running around the ring.
Oh, wow. Fulton's gone bonkers. I was actually really good. I was impressed. Even though I was talking a lot of smack. But I don't talk smack. I smack talkers.
Ace is at the top, but later on tonight, it doesn't get any bigger than this. The Impact World Champion.
Victory lap in the ring.
The TNA World Heavyweight Champion moves in a unification match. And the winner is AEW Champion Kenny Omega.
Truly a night to
Moose.
celebrate. Great sport.
Hit me.
Joker, bust again.
Oh, what is keep happening?
Oh, back in the casino. Casino Royale. Tennille Dashwood. There's Alicia Edwards.
Take that out.
Hey, sweet. You here for the Swing Man 2-for-1 special? Hey, no smoking, Daddy.
Actually, I just needed a location to do this boomerang.
What is this place?
I'm Magnum TA, the kayfabe actor of the Swingers Palace.
Oh, he did not call himself Magnum TA. Not her again. There's Johnny Bravo. There's Alicia Edwards. Swing her palace.
The influence, sorry, Tim Dashwood and friends.
Yeah, she's the loud one.
Yeah, the really annoying one.
Wait, do you think you're gonna come in my house and disrespect me?
What's better, Swingers Palace or Wrestle
I'm gonna
House?
go to Scott and demand a match. Me versus you.
Oh, well, really? Because I was just telling him that I'm gonna have a match against you. So I was gonna talk to you.
No, actually, I'm gonna go first. So yeah,
Be out, Daddy.
No triple threat knockout match, and with sacrifice limiting the stakes.
What? Two Tennille matches? No. You call a casino your house. Meow Daddy. Holy Sheeta. This cigar is enough. No, you should only see one Tennille match. It's more than enough. Wasn't on TV for 20 years after ECW died its criminal. K4. That was pretty cool. That was pretty fun. ODB. ODB. She just feels herself up all the time. Versus Susan.
ODB.
I actually caught that too. Oh, that's terrible. Susan's tits this week were on Impact. Oh, I missed that. Oh no, I missed the wardrobe malfunction. Crap. Boo.
Title matchup. Champion Deonna Purrazzo has turned away.
Oh, I missed that. That's terrible, man. Dude, I would keep it. Oh my, I think ODB almost came out of her outfit.
The next contest is set for one quality four knockouts. Championship.
ODB.
Introducing first the challenger from Minneapolis, Minnesota, ODB. Keep in mind the history of this night. Let's look at the history of knockouts cycle. That's October 2000.
Oh my goodness, what the hell is she wearing? Is she wearing pants?
That's cool history, but ODB is trying to worry about rewriting history for tonight. She wants to recapture the knockout title, and she's got to do it here tonight against Deonna Purrazzo.
Her opponent is the
Now, Deonna Purrazzo, she has a muffin top.
from Hackettstown, New Jersey. She is the knockout
No
champion,
balls.
Virtuosa Deonna
Exit.
Purrazzo.
Ex NXT jobber. Actually, remember she was in NXT for a while. Oh, she changed her outfit though. You can't see Cooch anymore.
I think Deonna Purrazzo is now the benchmark, and I think when it's all said and done, Deonna Purrazzo will be the greatest knockout champion of all time.
Heavy praise. Why? Back that statement up.
She's
A lot of booing then.
She's a constant Russian wrestler. She's a 5-tool player, and then when you throw in the attitude, you throw in the swagger, you throw in that will to win, she's destined
Oh, no.
for great.
Also has Kimberly and Susan Myers. ODB has been around the block and across the street and over the bridge and back again. It's going to take more than that to get over on ODB. It's all about the knockouts tonight.
It's going to take a really strong effort by Deonna Purrazzo tonight because ODB is no stranger to championships.
When's this legit gay?
Keys to victory here. ODB is going to
You have forgotten son. Oh.
Middle ground is each wrestler is going to have to play to their strong suit. We know Deonna's going to try to break down ODB's arm and get in that position arm. And ODB is just going to try to
Fillers.
pummel Deonna Purrazzo to get her in a position to score the 1-2-3.
Thick or boomers?
Elbow tie up. ODB tells
Thick.
Myers going to have the strength advantage. Pushes Deonna in, referee in for the first clean break. Knockouts championship.
That was the first display of power by ODB. Now Deonna setting back. She's going to reevaluate and re-engage.
Hands held high. Second collar and elbow tie up here. Again, ODB with the strength advantage. Deonna just trying to get straight. Couldn't do it. It's going to turn it around with a hair pull.
It's a little leverage. The hair pull's a great way
ODB's
to get leverage as long
ass.
as you don't get caught. Now what's Deonna going to do? A little intimidation there by ODB.
Let's look at that. ODB kind of came in quickly, and Deonna was there. Deonna's more poised, more refined.
Yeah, but you see that? The drop toe hold. Deonna reached up and tried to go for the armbar. She wanted to lock it in.
She always has to adjust herself. It's funny.
You and I have had this discussion. What's better to get cut with, a rusty screwdriver or a precision, blade? That's the difference here between these two styles.
Both will cut you, both will hurt you, and we got to
That Rockstar Spud.
right now.
Hafiza.
ODB keeping her shoulder off of the mat. ODB ODB's placement of her hands there. It's going to make it easier for ODB to push off of Deanna. Use Deanna as the base to get back to her feet.
Yeah, use Deanna to stand up there. Nice side suplex there.
That's a very basic counter, but it's very effective to the headlock. You don't see it used a lot.
It's one of the most. Ooh, ODB came in strong. Deanna's grabbing the ball.
ODB got a foot hung up there. Was able to hold on to the top and help send Deanna back to the middle of the ring. ODB feels in the space.
Oh, missed that knee.
Here we go.
And look, both ladies look at each other. They both went for knockout shots.
Signing
Both
Buffalo.
shots both missed. Now they're both reevaluating. Now Plan B comes into mind. Now
Oh,
Plan
wait a
B
second.
starts to roll around.
Is that some under boobage I saw on Deanna Purrazzo?
You want to control the rhythm of the match. So
I like that. She just grabs her own
the
tits.
rhythm the way you want it.
Out of her wrist.
NXT needs more hands. That's right. They need. Remember Drew Gulak was Soldier Ant, and then there's still Fire Ant, Silver Ant, and Worker Ant.
In there. Look
So there's
at
still
that.
3 ants in the
Right
colony
corner.
still.
Here we go. She could be going for Bam.
Huge fast press.
Carry into a cutter.
She keeps on adjusting herself.
What are you gonna do?
This is terrible. Oh wow, we just saw everything there.
Always left.
Yeah, but you see, smartly, Deanna rolls herself out to the floor. She can't lose title on the floor.
Look at those
This is
black
the role
panties.
that Susan and Kimber play so well. They run the interference.
And there, Kimber's trying to knock her off balance. And ODB catches Deanna's foot. Ooh, nice forearm. ODB's got her up.
What falls out of who first?
Oh, referee saw that though.
Yeah, the referee saw this happen.
Referee didn't do anything.
What's Brandon Toll going to do? I mean, he can't. Is he going to disqualify this match?
What a wuss. Boo, Super Ref. Uh-oh, you out of here. Oh, he tossed Princess Kimberly. What? Oh, the greatest trope. Dude, Princess Kimberly, she's not a princess anymore. She's all like inked up now. Now Susan comes out. I wonder when Susan, because Kimberly's been tossed. You get out of here.
See, that was referee's discretion right there.
Why?
He didn't just disqualify the match and throw it away and have ODB win on disqualification. He wants
That's
to have
because
it go out there
ODB had to adjust herself.
and defend the title, or
ODB
win
needed
the
time to
title.
adjust herself.
So here we go. We talked about what brought us through this. I love bringing it back in between the ropes. From a wrestling standpoint, I think most people would agree that Deanna Purrazzo is a better wrestler than ODB.
If Deanna is a better wrestler than ODB, sure, she knows all the holds, she knows all the counter holds, 15 different ways to go into the Fujiwara, and that's what makes Deanna a better wrestler than ODB.
Now, Deanna may be a better wrestler, but ODB is a better pro. Help me explain that.
A better pro is someone who just puts in the work.
I don't think she was ever used in WWE. Deanna Purrazzo was like in NXT forever.
That's what makes me a pro.
Deanna Purrazzo jobbed to Nia Jax, I think. Side Russian leg sweep.
Side Russian leg sweep. Deanna Purrazzo floats over into the armbar. Perhaps this is Deanna's moment to go from being the best wrestler in the match to the best pro as well. She's already the Knockouts champion. Let's see if ODB will quit.
Did you see that smart hand placement? Deanna never lost wrist control. Floated over right into the Fujiwara. Smart wrestling right there.
Oh, folks.
Yeah, man, Deanna's a fancy pair.
We saw all of that.
An old beat up pair of cons. I mean, choose which one you like.
Well, I like them both. They're both comfortable, and they're both damn good.
Space ODB's going to fill it in, and Deanna catches her with the elbow. Deanna now changing levels here, and ODB takes advantage of what's exposed.
Deanna trying to take the high ground here, trying to get a leverage.
Titty slapping going on.
Situation going. Let's see what happens. Ooh.
Caught the punch. Timed it to Deanna now. Oh, wow.
Oh, the draping arm breaker.
She's able to turn the thumb over. She could pop it out. The referee has a 5 count there, and that may have saved ODB's arm.
So that wasn't meant to beat ODB. That was just meant to hurt her. That was meant to just put pressure on that arm.
ODB now with the adrenaline is able to throw Deanna off. The longer this match goes on, the more ODB is going to feel that pain.
Yeah, that you know, like a pit bull, Deanna is going to go right back after that arm again. So every time, Deanna's going to try to weaken it,
Ouch.
weaken it, and weaken
That
it.
big bump she just took.
Where she can block that arm bar on and obtain the championship.
It's a great shot there. You can see ODB's wheels starting to spin. 20-plus years of service to a great sport. ODB is going to have to recall every last bit of it here tonight.
ODB's definitely have to call on all her knowledge, all her instincts, all her will. This is a
NBC.
and ODB is trying to hang
ODB.
with the Knockouts champ.
She's our 3 or only 2 left.
A lot of matches where just
Oh, wow, there's only 2 matches. Wait.
sport plays
One.
out. Everyone loves to
Oh, so that's where we are.
Yeah, everybody likes to get punched in the face and punch back. I never like to get punched in the face. Jeez.
No one likes to get punched in the face. Getting punched in the face
It
sucks.
changes up the entire momentum of the match. It always favors the stronger wrestler here. ODB is that wrestler. And the
Green Ant.
Peraza is down. The challenger is
I think Green Ant was Red Titus.
Yeah, ODB is feeling the momentum change right now.
I
And it's
missed the
going
colony.
in. Oh, she's feeling that. Yes, she is. What a boot by Deanna Peraza. Just right on the button of ODB's chin. That was a good one.
Maintaining wrist control, spins through. It's now back to the body part of the joint manipulation, and ODB had to get out of there.
Yeah, ODB sensed that Deanna was going for that armbar again, or just setting her up for it.
ODB switch her hand, tucks in Deanna's head. Power slam, cover, no!
Uh-oh, there's something wrong.
Power slam, picture
Wait a
perfect.
second.
ODB, look at this. Let's take a look here. Goes in, slams, picture perfect. 9 times out of 10, that will take you out.
That's, again, before Deanna Peraza. Everything changes now. All the statistics change.
ODB's falling out again.
Why not take my best shot, see what happens?
Yeah, why not?
She has to keep on adjusting herself.
Right here, looks like, is ODB going for the Dirty Dozen? We've seen this. Oh, Deanna blocks it. No.
Face shove.
Stuck up there, needs to get Deanna away. Now ODB has no choice, though.
Oh.
Deanna took advantage. There was a stall there. ODB may have made a mistake, and it might cost her.
ODB came up.
Fujiwara armbar. Oh,
right
look.
down to the camera.
Pushing up. Yeah, but if she can slide it up a little bit higher on the arm,
Uh-oh.
ODB is shoulders instead.
Oh, look.
Got both arms now there, D.
That's the Venus de Milo. She gets it
Oh,
left.
and she got the tap. Look.
That's the Venus de Milo there. No one gets out of that.
Here is your winner and still knockouts champion, Deanna Peraza.
That was okay.
To get the submission, man. Wow.
Deanna caught ODB coming off that second rope, driving her shoulder down to the canvas. I wonder if something snapped or tore, but it definitely hindered ODB's ability to fight out of that. And when Deanna locked in the Venus de Milo, it was nothing good.
So many great
Meh. That was okay. Cheeseburger match. Burrito of a match. Oh, what am I doing?
It's in the hands of Deanna Peraza, but let's take a moment to look at a strong warrior like ODB. She fought hard and she fought to the end.
Appreciate the service. We appreciate the service of all of them.
Scott, before she gets here, I have to tell you something. Scott, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I heard what she was about to say to Sam, and I want to match with her.
You want to match against each other.
Yeah.
What?
You know what? I think that's a great idea. So that's why this Tuesday on Impact Wrestling.
Tuesday! I won't be able to see it. I have to work.
Unprecedented, historic match. Because it's going to be a 12 knockouts tag team match. 6-on-6. The action is never
Ooh,
been hotter in the knockouts division. And this
6-on-6.
is going to be unbelievable on Tuesday. Huge.
Wait a minute. You said 6-on-6, so who else is in this match?
Oh, see, you're going to like this. And you, influencer, man with no shirt, you're going to get this because this is a digital thing. You're going to have to log on to ImpactWrestling.com and find out.
Aww. What's in the box? Oh, wait a second. No. I refuse to play that theme. Only one theme.
What's this?
We are here to welcome you. And once we're done doing all this today, all this unfun stuff like work, let's go out and buy some beer skis.
I think we'll even buy the first round of drinks. As long as Gallows promises to make sure that Carl doesn't pass out before midnight. Boys, did you see what we did out there? Did you see we did our favorite thing in the entire world? Beat up everybody else! They are the Impact Tag Team Champions for a reason. They are the Good Brothers.
And they're seriously the best tag team in the world at
Oh,
professional
no.
wrestling. Come over.
It's the 8-man tag team match. We'll see how much good brothering be going on with their partners here tonight. Well, cover it. There's too much impact going on here. Both of them taking advantage. They will not make the same mistake twice. Here it is, Magic Killer.
You almost lost that match, and it was your guy's fault. You almost lost the match. You won the match because thus you should be happy. Hey, well, why don't you guys go back to being a man? How about you do that? How about you do that?
What?
Juice and Finley
City.
versus the Good Brothers for the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team title. And then
Wow.
we'll see.
So we have to wait for it, folks. Let's see here.
All right, fans, the entire wrestling world is abuzz. It had to come to this. And it
Too
happens
sweet
right now.
for
Finjuice tag title.
life.
All right, here we go. I've been waiting for this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next match is for the Impact World Tag Team Championship, scheduled for one fall.
I gotta reload my drink, folks.
They represent New Japan Pro Wrestling, Juice Robinson. and
Finn Juice, but they're not too sweet. I forgot. I think they're on their own. Might be in chaos. Oh, I forget. Let me know out there. Are they in Taguchi, Japan, or chaos? There we are.
And let's see if they have the ability to do it.
Now, there are some great differences between wrestling in Japan and wrestling here in Impact. The size of the ring, the length of the match, some of the rules, even the turnbuckles are different. If Finjuice want to do it, they got to do it here. When in Rome.
When in Rome is right. Yeah, there are some subtle differences, but at the end of the day, it's about wrestling.
Yeah, no one cares. It's so wrong. I mean, 2, 3, 4, life. We got us the machine gunner, Carl Anderson. Only theme music I will ever accept for them. It's too sweet. 4. Life. Hey yo, what's up, Fife? Fife Dog, what's up? I'm the one, the only. I'm EO, El Hobo, El Vagabundo tonight. Even though I'm rocking the machine gun. Too sweet. My gun. Chilling. Yep, that's what I'm doing. So actually only 2 matches left. I'm surprised. Ooh, excuse me. This is going as fast as it has. God is human, on the run. Where's my PS5, Carl? Oh, match is about to begin. Let me change stuff up. Actually, I just want to hear the members of Bullet Club. Not really. It's here. Let me answer this one poll. Bullet Club for life. And gentlemen, let's hear it. Let's watch some of this.
We own the wrestling world. Ramatonga, Bad Luck Fale,
I'll tell you in one moment.
Young Bucks,
Oh,
Yujiro
Takahashi.
AJ Styles, Doc Gallows, the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson. Believe in the Bullet Club.
Let me cut this now.
In us.
Well, there's a few of them. There we go. See, let me get back to
Watching
that.
them, that to me is an advantage for Finn Juice.
The real Bullet Club to show up.
Of course, as we're coming up,
See.
still to this day, you're encouraged to watch the matches in the main.
Well,
event.
remember we have seen Kenta
Watch the matches before them.
a little bit in
Main eventers
AEW.
do. They set up
Again, there's
the
only
entire
one. If you,
show and watch, but
um,
I think Gallows
and I know why they don't do it.
Finn Juice matches, I don't.
Think about this: in WWE, you had AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Prince Devitt, Doc Gallows, and Carl Anderson. They really dropped the ball on that. They just called the OC. Okay. Anything exciting? Honestly, the best match so far has been the X Division Championship, TJP versus Ace Austin. That's been kind of the best. Everything else just kind of feels like either a good TV match or, I mean, if these two matches were on TV, I probably would have felt better about them. But the fact that they're on their own monthly special, it's just like, eh. Shay White. Shay White's not original Bullet Club, though. And you have to go back to Prince Devitt. Prince Devitt, baby. Prince Devitt, AJ kicked him out. Adam Cole, baby, got kicked out by Marty Scurll. You had the Villain Club. So Jay White's probably, he's not coming to Impact. He's going right to WWE. So really, ouch. Oh, big punches there by, I guess, Fit Finley's kid, Dave Finley. But it's been kind of that weird show where, again, this would have been a TV undercard. This would have been a TV undercard. That was actually pretty good. That was pretty good. X Division Championship, if you think about it, this would have been a main event on Impact. That just seemed like filler. I just wanted to see someone fall out of their outfit, honestly. ODB kept on adjusting herself. You saw a lot of her either tights or underwear. Deonna Purrazzo is Deonna Purrazzo. Just treated better a little bit. Like, this is the match I think a lot of people have been waiting for, though. He's not OG, but he's the leader. Now in full force.
Guys are entrepreneurs. They're advertisers.
He re-signed with New Japan.
They have to be great. They have to be champions.
There were rumors that he was going to come to NXT, and honestly, the Switchblade Jay White at NXT would just be underwhelming unless he did a feud with Finn Balor to see who was best leader of Bullet Club. But again, they could have done so much.
Carl Anderson is trying to match toe for toe. I don't know. Look at nice power there. Strong back elbow.
I mean, for a while, AJ Styles and the Good Brothers were really cool because let's beat up John Cena. Those were still some of the best. Those were the best John Cena matches. AJ Styles versus John Cena, best match, best John Cena matches around. Even though he always got beat up, they were really good though. But again, AJ Styles could have a taco of a match against the Broom Guy. He really wanted to. Yeah. Again, the only thing with New Japan is that now that I'm working like 5 jobs, it's just too hard to watch. It's on too late, and I have to wake up in the morning. Again, the thing of having to actually earn money sucks. But it is what it is.
Yeah, little things you
Let's catch some wrestling. I haven't been talking too much.
He leans down on the second rope so that his partner can see him. That's unique.
Well, that's a communication thing. That's so if you're down at the lower level, you can look up and there he is. And that's their way of communicating while one is in the ring. It is very smart. I've not seen it before. I think that's something other tag teams might want to adopt in their own.
Nice. They did. I thought they were going to go right when AJ Styles was with him, and then they split him up. I want to say at one on one
Waited for it like that. Waited for the
on
right
one
time
Raw,
to get the most out of it.
or was it one of the lower pay-per-views? They had Finn Balor, AJ Styles,
I think the brothers just trying to wear the kids down. I don't think
Doc,
they perceive them as a
Luke
threat. I think
Gallows,
they're trying to
and
get
Carl
the
Anderson
like,
all on the stage at once.
my goodness,
And I think that was the biggest tease ever.
This is not about winning. This is about
Juice is okay. Fifth Philly definitely has potential though. Do you remember that, or was that maybe, or was that a house show pick? I know I saw it, so I think it was like a Raw. They had the 4 members of Bullet Club at the stage on once. Finn, AJ, and the Good Brothers were on the stage at once.
It's not about ego. It's about putting them in their place. It is
I figure
about this kid
I want to say it was Raw
and that's the message they're trying to
or
send.
like a big pay-per-view. I think it was Raw
I don't
once.
understand that though, because it's about being.
Oh, I think about that.
champion. There's the thing. Don't boast like one who has taken off his armor after battle.
Juice Robinson's okay. He had a good match again when Moxley was there for the US belt. That was good. That was on Raw for sure.
Brothers know they're going to win this match.
I know. I just remember I saw the forum because they're too sweet for life.
I really do. I don't think you can discount Finn Juice at all. If you look at
And I remember seeing it. So again, I'm not too sure if it. I do want to say it was Raw though. The 4 of them won their stage. I think Finn had a match. AJ's match was next, and the Good Brothers came out with him. And there was that one magical moment when the 4 of them were on the stage together, because they're just that cool for life. I'm not a fan of that. Moxley match was his best one.
It's not about this.
It was-
It's like a friend of mine once said. Know your favorite role and shut your
I
mouth.
think the only other time it's so hard to critique Juice Robinson, especially in New Japan, I think because he was a part of so many multi-team matches. Like I remember it was him, Finley, or David Finley, and it was King Ricochet at the time, and Taguchi versus like it would be like Taguchi Japan, which I think they're a part of, versus like Chaos, or it would be like a 16-man 4 corners tag team match. 4 people Taguchi Japan, 4 people Chaos, 4 people Suzuki Gun, 4 people Bullet Club. So that
doesn't bode well though.
I don't want to say
They dumped Juice Robinson off the apron now. It just seems like the
he's
team is
bad.
going away. When you look at the odds maker,
A Switchblade Conspiracy reunion at one match. I hope so.
see why the odds were the way they were.
I mean, if Jay White ever does come to WWE or even Impact or AEW, if he comes to there's a better chance. There is a much better chance he comes to AEW for that surprise show, for that kind of like cameo spot, that one-off shot with Kenny Omega than I think anything else. So there might be one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to be right back. I got to reload. Before that, a couple seconds of wrestling.
Left leg to get back to a vertical base shot to the gut and a jawbreaker. Isn't enough space. Can Finley get over to make the tag? Quick tag made to Carl Anderson.
And Carl once again cutting it off. Ring control. Finley.
Wait a minute. Is Finley not the opportunity here right now?
I'll be right back.
Anderson is in no position to stop Finley here.
Can he make a tag?
Tag made.
There it is. Here we go. Juice Robinson coming in like a house of fire.
This is is what Finn Juice needs now. They need an injection. They need a shot of adrenaline here. They need a shot of Finn and Juice on his way. Juice Robinson sends Carl Anderson down. Tag titles hang in the balance. Let's see what you've got, King.
Is this the moment where momentum shifts? David Finley, Juice Robinson are trying to do something great. Right, jab, jab, jab. Here comes the big haymaker. You know it's coming.
Left side, Anderson knew it, ducked twice, and bang, Euro caught the kid.
Big European uppercut right there by Carl Anderson. Just stopping Juice Robinson in his tracks.
Oh. Cover here. 2. Oh,
No. I thought for a second there, I thought Juice Robinson had Carl Anderson down. Wow.
Robinson has a game plan. The distance could be his best friend. Here we go.
Get him!
Oh! We talked about the difference in the sizes of the rings, and maybe Juice Robinson made one miscalculation, and this could be the end.
And look at this, the big LG walking in. And there's the universal sign for this is over. Pulling the straps down. The big LG is saying, I'm going to end this right now, kid. Right now.
Oh, right behind the ear. Juice Robinson is down. Leg is hooked. Ref is in position.
Oh, no, I thought he got him. I mean, look, I don't know. LG thought he was going to kick out from that.
Oh, what's going on?
Screams across the ring.
Oh, no.
Finley off the apron.
Doc Gallows is going for the pin. Is that a 1 count? That was terrible. Tag team with Moxley and Sami Callihan. The Switchblade. Ooh.
Full advantage.
The thing is, Sami Callihan would have to go over to AEW, though. Moxley's not coming to Impact. So we might see. Let's check out some wrestling, though.
And then he gets thrown to the floor for his troubles.
But still it remains the two good brothers in the ring. Finlay on the floor and Juice Robinson struggling to get to his feet. It's going to be a great career for Finn Juice. They have such a long history.
There we go. There's some good pro wrestling going on. And I had to adjust my mask.
With the unification title coming in on
So yeah, I don't think they're not. Callahan's not going. Callahan probably won't be welcoming the AEW. They already have the crazy hardcore person in what's his face with Jimmy Havoc. Oh, going for the Magic Killer. No. Carl with a spine buster. Third best spine buster. That was so good. Third best spine buster there is.
For everything this night means to wrestling fans around the world, to wrestlers around the world, to trainees, to just anyone that understands the concept of competition, you have to appreciate what these men.
Yeah, but Callahan sucked in NXT. He was Mordecai, if I remember right, the mystery hacker. Sami Callahan's a much better name, though, I think. AEW fired Jimmy Havoc, yeah. He did those naughty things with those girls, I think.
It's what twice. It's what has put Gallows onto the floor. We haven't seen him since.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Finlay. We talked about the speed advantage that he'll have. He also has the tough.
Oh, no. Carl Anderson's getting beat up. Carl Anderson's eating all the offense. Oh.
That was close. Man, that was so close to that elbow.
Solomon Crow. You know, I do get people. The one bad thing about watching a lot of pro wrestling is that you do get people's names mixed up. Solomon Crow. At least I got the hacker part right. I think, but in NXT, I think the only nasty thing he did was like make the LED lights like kind of flash funny though. He's done a lot better. He did a lot more in here in Impact though, I think, than he did in NXT. Made much more of a bigger impact. Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners and new Impact World Tag Team Champions, Juice Robinson and David Finlay.
I thought this team was out. I didn't think they had a bullet in it either. But was I
My goodness, Benju just showed me something. They showed the world something. They went up there, they beat the Good Brothers. They weathered the storm. They fought the good fight. And now they are the mountaintop here in Impact Wrestling as tag team champions. Wow.
New Japan Pro Wrestling and Shinju have captured the Impact World Tag Team title.
Always consider myself a world champion. Past year, I've been carrying out the TNA Heavyweight Championship.
The Bullet Club lost.
Some people will take it serious.
Bullet Club lost to Gucci Japan? Carl Anderson. I have your shirt, Carl Anderson.
Opportunity for me to solidify myself as the new world champion.
Carl Anderson.
I am not seen as a real world champion. Stepping in the ring with Moose, probably one of the best athletes I've ever seen.
That has to be a Mofongo of a match. I still can't get over that. Oh, they're gone. They're gone. One of the Chris again, it was that whole speak out movement. I guess some woman spoke out against them. Bonk. There he goes. I do miss OVE though. Fin Juice. Carl Anderson.
Signed, sealed, and delivered. Got her done. Looks like the news can't wait any longer. Time to go let the world know now.
That's done. Just like the plan.
The stakes at Sacrifice are huge because whichever one of you walks out as the unified Impact World Champion is going to be in the main event at Rebellion.
Chris Brothers are gone. They're back. They might be in one of them, like GCW. They might be. I don't know where they're at actually. They're not in Impact anymore. I know that much. I'm still shocked. Fin Juice wins. Oh, it's definitely only because it was a shocker. I'll give that a Mofongo. So this match will be over probably by 10:30. This is actually, it's been a shock. Some very predictable matches, some not so. Holy crap, wait a second. Moose. Yeah, they're gone though. Wait a second. Oh wow.
Cut the tension in this room with a knife right now. It doesn't get any bigger than this.
4. Damn, this one. I need this one match. Moose. Moose versus Kenny Omega at Hard to Kill should be really good though. Moose. Look at this. The way he holds that belt. That's his precious. My precious. My precious. You cannot take my precious. Look how nice that belt is.
Just, this is amazing.
Moose. 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 Oh, 5 people are watching now. This is the main event, folks. I'm going to show as much as I can of this. Without getting thing out of here. Moose. Oh, do I just want to do the head bob? Or do I want to do the shin? See, it's Moose, I just want to go Moose. This Moose is like Moose. Moose. JJ, welcome back! Yes, finally, the always underweight champion! The always underweight champion of the Daytona Beach Bumfight League is back, baby. JT. JT. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. But yes, Moose. Moose actually has to win. I've guessed four out of 9 matches correctly. I've done terrible for a change. Normally, AEW I got all but two matches done. I did get my Stone Cold Lock in though, so that counts for an extra half. So right now I'm exactly at 50. I'm a 50-50 booker. Terrible. Yeah, Moose has to win. Rich Swann versus Kenny Omega is not a money match either. You want Moose. No, you are. You defeated Sonny Bimbo at the ending of Dynamite. Oh, Dynamite? The ending of Dynamite was good. I thought you were going to say the end of Revolution. I was laughing at the end of Revolution. That made me mad.
Impact Plus Sacrifice main event of the evening. A one-fall unification match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship and the Impact World Championship. Your referee is Brian Hebner, and your participants in the corner to my left, the defending TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Moose. His opponent in the corner to my right, he is the defending Impact World Champion from Baltimore, Maryland, Rich Swann.
I think the only thing about Dynamite, because FTR came out, I could have sworn it played off the. They actually did though. I do like to a small degree the fact that he was going that Eddie Kingston was having a panic attack, and it reminded him of prison, so he went through a panic attack. That's actually kind of real. I've never had a panic attack. I have seen people go through panic attacks, and they just shut down, completely shut down during a panic attack. No matter what you do or say to them, that's it. So that's kind of believable, and I did like. At least they addressed the elephant in the room, which is always good to see. Or, as I've pulled out many a time on the vacuum cleaner, a dead rat. So they did address the dead rat in the room. See, I've never had a true panic attack. I don't think I've ever had a panic attack. I saw one of my ex-girlfriends, who kind of unfortunately passed away, I think, 3 years ago. Poll, title unification. Let me get this poll first.
Wait a minute, there was trying to run a Moose out, but Moose way too strong. This early in the matchup, went for a pump kick. Moose gets caught.
Cross body right now, and Moose has got Swann right where he wants him. Whoops.
It's just one of those things where it's at least believable.
Take advantage of Moose's anger there. Rich Swann commands the ring.
Rich Swann diving out. No, lands on the apron. Oh, big back kick. Nice.
Now Moose has moved away from the outlandish and become more hyper-focused. And that, to me, makes Moose far more dangerous than he was, say, a year ago.
See that kick right on the butt. Moose home. Moose gets to catch again. What's he going to do with Swann?
That could be a turning
But yeah, when Lydia had a panic attack, when we went to the beach once, it was a whole build of stuff. One, she just came back from the hospital. I can tell the story because it's been some years. I'm not speaking ill of anyone. She came out of the hospital, had to go to the hospital for like a week. She was freaking out at the hospital. She had a whole bunch of stomach issues. She had diabetes, heart issues, everything. And then she decided, like 5 days after getting out of the hospital, I don't even think it was 5 days. I think it was like 3 days after the hospital, going to Chick-fil-A. And her excuse is that Chick-fil-A is healthy. No, Chick-fil-A is healthier. It's not healthy. Especially if you got out of the hospital. It was August. She had Chick-fil-A. And then we went to the beach and she was wearing like a dress and tights underneath her dress, and she had like heat issues and everything. And I'm like, you know, we're going to the beach. It's going to be 90 degrees up there. It's like, I'm dressed fine. You know, you really shouldn't be having Chick-fil-A 3 days out of the hospital. My stomach's fine. Well, things weren't fine. And literally, she just like had a panic attack at the beach in public. And I felt like crap because I think I can laugh at this now. But remember when
so much on the line.
The running back for the Baltimore Ravens hit his wife and knocked his wife out in the elevator? It was like a month or two removed from that. So I'm free. I'm not having a panic attack, but I'm like, oh my God, please, I hope a cop doesn't question me about her. Because it was it Rice?
Think a lot. You got to think about not only
Rice or Lewis? Was it? Yeah, Ray Rice. I think was the football player that beat his wife in the Borgata elevator, and that's how she shut down. And I'm like, oh my God, if a cop comes up to us, and the cop, especially if it's a female cop, because of the whole Ray Rice incident, if they question me, I'm going to jail. I might as well just say, just take me away, officer, because I don't know what I did. But yeah, Ray Rice. I knew I would. But yeah, so it was like months after that, she had her panic attack with me on the beach in public and here in Daytona Beach, and I didn't have a panic attack, but I'm like, oh my God, please no cops. Enough about my goofy stories. So yeah, I've seen it, and then all of a sudden she talked to her brother. I guess he knew the magic words to calm her down. I think she got sick in the public porta potty too, which never helps. Damn. Yeah, it's not cool. But you know what? We need some fun stuff. I've had too much depressing stuff to work. Wrestling time.
Swan trying to break Moose down, kicking out that leg repeatedly. Oh my God!
360 rotation off the back body drop. Rich Swan landed face and chest first.
Now that was a spot. But yeah, that was like just like that kind of freaked me out. And I think that was the turning point in our relationship. I could somewhat handle her physical issues, again her diabetes, things like that. I can kind of deal with. Ooh, what the hell is that?
This is not angry tactics. This is Moose trying to send a message. He's trying to inflict damage and cause pain. He's trying to get Rich Swan out of his game plan.
Okay, and we brought this point up in the Good Brothers match against Finn Juice, and just as we were saying, Finn Juice are the brand new Impact Tag Team Champions. So is Moose becoming a bit too analytical, a bit too myopic?
No, Moose is just being calculated. He's playing a game of chess right now. He's trying to figure out what strategy he can use to break Rich down so he can get him in position to end this match. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to think his way to the championship.
You ever see those magic eye things? If you stare at something too long,
so yeah, it was just a whole freak experience. And I think, again, because the whole Ray Rice issue is still fresh in my head, only because I've been to the Borgata many a time, and I know which elevator that was. It just like kind of hit home, and like I think dealing with people's physical issues, I am a lot better with. When it comes to what goes on in here, I don't even know what goes on in here sometimes. So that's like my one thing. I'm like, if you have like issues like that, I'll be like,
it's an interesting way to control the head, and we learned that in wrestling. You control the head, you control the rest of the body.
Yeah, wherever the head goes, the body follows. And right now, Rich Swan is almost having his head.
Because if you don't know me, it's like, what do? I work, and then I blow off steam here. I go to the gym. I have a very certain set of things I like to do. I wouldn't call it being OCD, but I like to watch pro wrestling. I like to make videos about pro wrestling. I like to go to the gym. It's nice. I am a man of simple routines. That I do enjoy my adult beverages, although no adult beverages for Lent.
We are the place where the best wrestlers in the world come and compete every day. And Right here's an example of look at these two superior athletes going at it with a unified.
And this is actually a pretty decent match. Let's check out some more.
Swan standing in the middle of the ring, exchanging blows with Moose. Not for long. Wait a minute here. Shoulders are down. Is it up now?
Oh, I thought he got him with that counter walk through there. You're not
Oh. Cover. Press. D'Lo, it seems to me. as
Wow,
if
he got slammed down hard.
the impact moves
Ouch.
are all Moose's. Look at this impact here.
Well, Moose is all power, and that Uranagi drives him down.
You know the
And
funny
that
thing?
right there.
I have to go to Jimmy Hart's one day. Last
Moose has a knack of putting guys down right on the back of their neck.
And that's calculated. That's
last
the
time I was
full
here, there was the
impact
same night
to
fight.
register in the right place.
I understand Brian Hebner understands where we are, what the night needs, but Moose does not want to ruin it.
Lions of Park of the Mayan, they didn't like that.
I don't like to hear that from an athlete. All right, I'm about wins and losses and titles and opportunities.
Oh, it's closed. Shoot.
To me,
Don't sell Moose short. Just because
I don't know, it probably closed. It probably closed. Listen, let's be honest. It probably closed because, honestly, here in Daytona Beach, Bike Week is like the number one, well, number 4 or 5 event. If there are like 5, there are like 4 things that make Daytona Beach Daytona Beach. The 400, Bike Week, Biketoberfest, and the firecracker races, and maybe the odd and end Daytona race. When coronavirus hit last year, and it really I think kicked in. I know for my business, my place of work, it really kicked in like last week of last year. A lot of businesses closed. Like, I know even the big chain businesses, they never recovered from it. If you're a small business dependent on those, like, say 5 weeks, and you missed out on one of those, that means instead of having like 5 big weeks, you had like 4. Dude, that kills you. I believe it. Ah, Moose.
You can see the pain on
Moose.
Rich One's face. Listen to him scream. Oh my God, it's a primal scream.
This becomes hard to watch, dude. I'm not above it.
It's very hard to watch. Watching one man brutalize another.
It goes beyond
See, the thing is, it's funny that the beach is open. At the time, the beach was open. You couldn't sit. You could only be, I think, in groups of 4, I think at most. It was weird. And so at the beach, you couldn't be in one place long. You had to walk the beach. Or if you were fishing, or you could go fishing. The whole rules was so wonky. Like, you could go fishing and sit down in a chair, but as long as you're fishing, if you're walking, they wouldn't let you sit down. You couldn't bring a towel to the beach. It was all screwed up there.
I don't think Rich Swann ever knew that, but hey, listen, the plans of man are followed.
When he's not, his tenders are mean to the wrestling fans. That's probably because the wrestling fans don't want to put up with people like me. That's why. Where's Jimmy Hart at? Where's Jimmy Hart at? Again, it's if you're not a wrestling fan, you kind of don't understand things. Like the one woman I was seeing, she was not a wrestling fan. She did not get into it. She's like, this is stupid. She called it a bunch of other things, and I'm like, no, you're crossing the line now. But if you're as long as you're not that wrestling fan and you know who I'm talking about, most wrestling fans are pretty cool. There's like, if you're a wrestling fan, like I'll say 10% of the wrestling fan, I'll say 20% of the wrestling fans still think wrestling's real. Like I have seen some people actually think like, oh my God. One of my ex-girlfriends thought wrestling was real. She was like, when they did a big bump in the ring, she would jump. She'd be like, oh my God, how can that person get up? And I had to explain things to her. Most wrestling fans are kind of smart to it a little bit. I'll say
Did you see Swan
75% are smart to it. 5% of wrestling fans are just jerks. And there's the one guy, and you've probably seen him in my past videos about NXT. He's fat, wears a red t-shirt and just heckles. And I think one day I'm like, he came. Well, that and they're all about where they've been and what they do. He was with his friends. I know, Kyle. I don't even know what his name is. I saw him at an NXT event, and he had on a Friendo shirt from Steve here and Larson, the Friendos. I'm like, hey, cool t-shirt. He's like, what do you want? Like, dude, shut up. When I went to see SmackDown, when it came up to Jacksonville and AEW had its big announcement, I had on my Machine Gun Carl Anderson shirt. And the guy said, dude. The one that Chris kissed Sabian. No. Well, like the one guy I saw in Jacksonville, he saw my Carl Anderson shirt. He's like, dude, cool shirt. You're too sweet in me. You put up the too sweet, so you know what I did? Too sweet. And so, when I kissed Chris Sabian, I have no idea. But again, he was cool about it. He knew it. And I would try and teach people, like when I would take various people out to go see wrestling, like, woo, woo, oh, that's your juggalo thing. No, that's a Marty Skrull thing. Big fat NXT Kyle is the one that kissed Chris. The first AEW pay-per-view. Maybe. If you look in my video archives to some of my NXT events, like I've made videos like just with him. I think especially when he would talk trash to Blake and Murphy, or when Murphy was there. I almost say we are. It just sounds like him though. What was that? Bald and fat.
Look at this. Who steps up? Rich Swan Springs. Look at that. What timing?
No matter what happens here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for me, that moment right there was worth it. There's nowhere else in the world I want to be. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Come here, kick out on one.
Those kicked out on one.
Probably because he has his group of friends.
Swan with a boot straight to the face.
Amazing action here.
Yeah, that's him. That's him. But yeah, and he and his friends, he was in a music video with Leo Rush. I feel bad for Leo Rush all of a sudden. But no, he was with his friends. Leo. And they were like bragging about how they've been to all these events. And yeah, we're gonna fly out to this WrestleMania, we're gonna fly out to that WrestleMania. Like we like they should be paying us for watching their matches. And I'm like, wait a second. I think that year WrestleMania was in the Superdome. I'm like, you're gonna go to the Superdome to watch wrestling. And I went to WrestleMania because it was convenient for me. I'm a wrestling fan. I do enjoy it. But they're saying they like literally tour when like WWE goes, like they've been to all their big shows and everything. I'm like, how do you afford that? WrestleMania, the cheap seats my sister got, I don't have that ticket, but they're like $200 some odd. In fact, Tuesday I want to see how much WrestleMania seats are. It's one of those things I'm intrigued about it. When I went to WrestleMania, I forget which WrestleMania it was. It was the one up in the old Boston Garden where Stone Cold took on Shawn Michaels and Mike Tyson was the guest referee. I know. I only paid like $35 for that WrestleMania ticket. and I was like 9 rows from the ceiling. So there was a time WrestleMania tickets that they were not the in thing to go to, but fans would go to it though because it was affordable. And I know front row seats at WrestleMania have always been expensive. But again, oh, Rich Swann biting. And then the straight punch. And Moose takes a fall. But I enjoy pro wrestling. Am I going to follow the WWE wherever they go? Not happening. When they come to Florida, a little bit. If it's in Jacksonville or Orlando, I'm fine with that. Tampa's a little bit of a trip. Miami's a good 5 hours for me. So I'm just like, no, I wasn't at the one in Detroit. It wasn't Detroit. Wait.
Look at the athleticism. Moose gone straight up. Following Moose. Look at this.
Swann is lucky that Moose didn't land on top of him into a 3 count. And there it is. One arm. Is it enough? No.
Yeah, just that extra second or two right there.
I honestly forget which WrestleMania was now. Shit.
On top of the Moose opposition in literally a pinning position.
Wasn't
we might have had a winner right there.
Look, the facade of Moose may be cracking.
It was WrestleMania 1998.
Literally see it. What do I have to do?
Now I forget if it was 98 or 99, but it was the one in the old Boston Garden Belt.
What do I gotta do to win?
Why do I think it was 9? Maybe it was 99.
Moose is in his own head here.
No, it was 98. I think it was WrestleMania 19 that I saw.
He's perplexed right now.
Yeah, I want to say WrestleMania.
Every plan he has laid out has gone awry. Moose right now is struggling.
That makes sense. I think it was WrestleMania 19, I think. Again, my seats, like, the only reason I remember why it was $35 is because I was in college. So as a college student, you're not paying like $200 for the cheap seats. But yeah, I mean, he and his friends, they were just a bunch of jerks. And you just hear them talk, and then I'd be in line, like waiting for autographs. People say everything, hi, hello, hey, who's here? Basic stuff. Oh, cool T-shirt, yeah, that's a cool T-shirt. Hey, check out the guy dressed as a Macho Man. And you kind of go away. Although Jennifer, hot Jennifer's also there too. I got a video of her thigh at least. Yeah, it's always fun to meet women at wrestling events. Oh, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and new Unified Impact Wrestling World Champion, Rich Swann. Do you believe in miracles? Yes, Rich Swann is the new Unified World Champion.
We just witnessed history. Rich Swann, the underdog, the man from Baltimore, the man who grew up with nothing, just has conquered the world, and now he's the top of nothing.
No, I mean the only times I went, maybe soon. Wait, let me fill this in and I'll chat stuff.
And Rich Swann with the classic wrestling move, using this momentum against him, and now the AEW champion Kenny Omega is on the horizon for the new Unified World Champion Rich Swann.
It was a cold night in Baltimore some 30 years ago. I'm sure a very special woman gave birth to a special young man. Now, life has dealt that baby boy some hard cards, not that he deserves. But that young man was made a promise. Instead of bronze, I will bring you gold and silver in place of iron. Tonight, I can say to that woman looking down, your son will never.
Wow, it's only 10:45. That's pretty good. I want to see Kenny Omega jump in. Oh, it can't go out like this. Oh, wow. Okay, let me close this. Let's get this off. That was an interesting show. See here. Now it seems more practical from Danville, Illinois, so it costed more to do the traveling. Probably not this year. No, I think holy booking Batman. Yeah, that's what I say. Again, I went to WrestleMania twice. Once because I could justify the 30. I think I took out at the bank account $60. 40 of it went to my friend for the WrestleMania tickets, which were $35. We put the rest toward. We stayed at his house at night. So then I had $20 to go to Applebee's, and then $5 for the train ride from his house to the arena. So that's so again 50. If you're talking about the whole WrestleMania trip itself, it cost $50. Like say $60. Yes, it was the end. Damn. I thought he was going to get jumped for a second there, but I guess not. So my first WrestleMania trip cost me about, say, $60. The ticket was $35. $5 for the train pass. We were like 9 rows from the top, but it didn't matter. It was a smaller venue at the time. It was a Boston Garden. It wasn't one of these like football stadiums. And then you figure in, so that's 40. Another $20 for food. You go to Applebee's, you just have a burger and beer. So that's not. So again, it wasn't too bad. $60 for WrestleMania trips, not bad. My ticket up there. The only reason I went to the one in Orlando is because I mentioned it to my sister and I said, "Hey, I'd have to get good seats." Well, be very careful about the seats you get. The seats we had, we could see everything. It just looked like little people kind of going around a ring. Wasn't bad. You know what? It's the whole WrestleMania experience, though. In Orlando, when I went, I thought about going there, and then I looked at the screen and did this. They were asking about $212 for the your head is in the cloud seats at the very top of the upper bowl of the Citrus Bowl. I'm like, not happening. My sister's rich scuzzy boyfriend at the Jesus. My sister's rich scuzzy boyfriend at the time, whom she broke up with, which is a whole other story. When he got tickets, he got 2 tickets on the floor. The ticket, those 2 tickets on the floor cost him $1,000. He got 3 other tickets for the top of the lower bowl, which, by the way, was a much better seat, for about $250. The thing was, where I was sitting on the floor, it was opposite the entrance, and it was at the very end. So whenever something happened, you kind of had to like look up, or you were just watching the Jumbotron all the time, because you couldn't really see jack squat over the heads of everyone. And of course, you know what happens when you sit on the floor. Once one person stands up, everyone has to stand up because you can't see over everyone. The only good thing I think we saw is that I did see Linda McMahon walk by to her more privileged seats at the production area. I saw them bring the ladders out for the ladder match. And I want to say we saw Jon Moxley walk by for his match versus Baron Corbin, because that was always Jon Moxley's thing, was to come out of the crowd somewhere. So we were spoiled with a coconut loop. Yeah, the Florida house circuit, I missed that because it was almost every month. You think you have to stand up? It's like, yeah. Oh, no, because the person in front of you, people in the first row stand up. I have no idea why. But they don't sit down for a while. So then the people behind them stand up. The next people stand up. And it's terrible because you can't see anything. Because if not, you're just looking at the ass of the fat guy who sits in front of you. No one wants to see that. And of course, my nephew couldn't see anything. So I just told him, yeah, just stand on the chair and then get off when someone yells at you. I was being the great smart uncle. And then, so I saw Jon Moxley walk by. I saw Linda McMahon walk by. I saw them bring the ladders for the tag team ladder match. And then, depending where you were on the floor, where I was on the floor, it wasn't bad. But if you were at certain sections of the floor, those bright lights blinded you. If you listen to Steven Larson's podcast about when he went to WrestleMania, he had one of those seats, and you could hear the people. And 5 rows back is always behind a fat dude. I'll always be behind a fat dude in front of a shrieker. You want to be next to the shrieker and away from the fat guy, because the shrieker is kind of goofy, and she generally has big tits and knows nothing about wrestling, and has very short shorts on. Yeah. But depending on what you call a good seat, honestly, I think the front row seats at that year's WrestleMania, I think, went for about $5,000. You know her too. Yes, I've seen them all. Front row at WrestleMania is like a good $5,000 though. Gronk can afford it. Gronk has millions of dollars though. He can afford $5,000. I'm sure Gronk didn't pay for his seats either. If you do get the front row seats at WrestleMania, I think you do get to keep your chair, which is kind of nice. But yeah, the Shrieker is always fun. And again, the Shrieker's tits are normally big and her shorts are normally extra short. You think you know me. Well, this is WrestleMania, so everyone, and the thing is, where I was sitting, because I was at ground level, so I was here, the ring was here, and the ramp was here. So really, after the wrestler got down to a certain point on the ramp, the ring blocked them. So again, the person would stand up in front of you to see kind of trying to see over the ring, but you couldn't. Then you're like, well, then you're like doing this. What's going on? So then you have to stand up. Like everyone I know stood up for when the Hardy Boys came out. What was another big moment? AJ Styles was a big moment. Thing of the Stars, when the Hardy Boys came out, they came out to a huge pop though. The Undertaker was big. Roman Reigns, people kind of sat down for. I'm trying to think. The John Moxley Baron Corbin match was, I think, in the pre-show. Battle Royal was the pre-show. They had like 3 pre-show matches. It was the other thing, the way it was formatted, it took forever too. We got there at 3:00 because the gates opened. We got there about 3:30. Gates opened at. Yeah, we got there 3:30. The gates opened at 3. The first match started at 4. The main card, I think, started at 6. And it went to midnight. I just know it was like an 8-hour wrestling event. And after that, I'm like, I'm glad I didn't pay for these tickets. It was, in my terrible, humble opinion, overrated. And WrestleMania, from what I experienced it's not exhausting for me because I was enjoying it. I think my nephew for the car ride home was like zonked. I enjoyed it though. I mean, I was excited about it. I lost my voice. My neck was sore. I lost my voice. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not doing it again though. I'm not paying $500 for a wrestling ticket. Not happening. The thing is, and I think a lot more wrestling fans like me will say this, to some degree it's become like the Super Bowl, where if you remember the very early Super Bowls, those were football fans that wanted to enjoy the game. Yes, it's the Super Bowl, you pay a little bit more, but it was still, you could work with it. You could work within your budget. If you think about the Super Bowl now, it is much more a corporate event where you still have people who buy their seats, and people wait for a long time. They have to be on a wait list to get Super Bowl seats. But if you think about it now, Super Bowl seats, if you get any decent Super Bowl seat, you either have a lot of this or you work for like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Taco Bell, you get corporate seats now. The same is true, I think, of WrestleMania nowadays. Whereas you have like the upper bowl, which is in the $200 section. It's still kind of manageable. But if you were to sit anywhere in, say, the front 5 rows, you know that's corporate money from somewhere, or you know someone. I think the guys behind us were really cool. Because actually, I was talking to them a lot because they came across the pond from Britain to see this WrestleMania. Because it was Florida, they wanted the whole WrestleMania experience. They wanted the whole experience, and it's Florida. I think they were here for a whole week. They went, but they went to like Disney. They did all the Florida stuff. Go to the beach, Disney World, and now for WrestleMania. They were really cool. And the fun thing was they asked me a lot of questions like, it's like, oh, how come you're not taking your hat off for your national anthem? I'm like, that's not the national anthem. That's God Bless America. They're like, huh? It's not the national anthem? It's like, no. National anthem's the Star Spangled Banner. That's different. And they're like, oh, I didn't know that. We just stood up and took our hats off because I thought that's what everyone did. Nah. You just kind of stand up. You kind of sing along. You can leave your hat on. No one cares about God Bless America. They did have the Star Spangled Banner playing. That's different than like, oh, so we take our hats off for this. Like the one guy telling me, it's like, do we take our hats off for this? I'm like, yeah, this is a Star Spangled Banner. It's like you have it over, and it's funny cultural things. And then we would talk about it. It's like, yeah, the Hardys might be back. They're here in town. Have you seen other matches? Yeah, I went to WCPW. Oh, you went there. I went there. It was a good back and forth. And the thing is, good wrestling fans will talk to you like you're still a human being too. It's like, oh, you guys came all the way from across Britain. What have you done here in Florida? Did you just for this? Oh no, we did this, and that. The American flag at the coconut loop is a joke. It looks like a LED Cuban flag. But that's funny. But no, it was just neat. And then, so you're talking to them, and they're like, hey, that's cool. It's like, yeah, if your kid wants to, you can hold up a sign. I almost can't even stand for that shit. Show. I mean, I'll stand up for it, or I'll just sit down and kind of be quiet when they play it. More so out of the respect people singing it. It's like, yeah, I'll give them their due, but the hat's not coming off. And then I think like it got misty too. It kind of rained a little bit. It was weird. It was a typical Florida day where it was hot and humid. Then it went to cold and wet, and then it went back to being hot and dry. And the sun goes down, so now you're cold and dry. I mean, that's Florida weather for you. But they were really cool, though. I feel like I'm going to get gunned through. Some people will at the races. There was one guy, I think I kind of like just stood there and was kind of quiet and respectful during the playing of God Bless America. Then they had their invocation prayer. And that's when I'm a little bit more respectful. I just take my hat off, just kind of fold my hands across me when the minister says their prayer. And then Star Spangled Banner, the hat goes over the heart. One guy kind of said, oh, wow, it's good to see people do that. Again, I'm old school. I remember saying the Pledge of Allegiance in school every day, and of course saying the prayer every day because I went to Catholic school. That's a whole other thing, though. But yeah, so WrestleMania has become a lot more corporate. I want to say those 4 guys in Britain were actually flown in by they like pooled their money together. It's one of those things they like kind of saved up for years for. They wanted to. WrestleMania was like the icing on the cake for them, but they wanted the whole Florida feel. Although I did meet Jack the Jobber from WCPW, and we talked for a while. Amazing person, great person to talk to, Jack the Jobber. He's like, oh, well, what did you think about WrestleMania? I'm like, it was good. It was more so for my nephew for his first experiences. This is my second WrestleMania. And I think we talked a little bit about my past WrestleMania, how this was like, it just seemed long. It seemed to drag on. Seats were poorly placed. But you talk to him like you could talk to him like a normal fan. And I said, "Oh, I saw your WCP show. It was great. The WCPW show was great, and yeah, you guys put on a really good show. And even being in the little gym, it's like, oh yeah, last place we could find. It's like, no, that place suits WCPW great. It was great that some of the wrestlers were there. It was fun to see King Ross. I've seen you guys on the internet. You guys are pretty cool. Oh yeah, can my nephew take a selfie with you? Like my nephew got a selfie with Brian Zane and with Steve of Steve here and Larson. So the thing is, when you meet wrestling fans, as long as you don't meet that wrestling fan, again, that wrestling fan or like the one woman who thinks who's still living in like the 1960s and 70s in Mid-South wrestling where it's real. It all depends, I think, if the thing is, and I've seen this a lot, and again, I will show my prize picture. If, and I think this depends on the wrestler themselves, like when I saw Awesome Kong at the AEW show, she seemed like the most amazing, kind person ever. And I forget if I still have her on my camera here. She's fun. I think the difference is, again, like Lacey Lane right there with me. No, wait, go back. And Xia Li and Karen Q. Karen Q with me. And Alex so confused. Again, very first one. Nixon Newell, the girl with the shiniest wizard. I've told that story many times, and I'll end the show kind of on that. When I met Nixon Newell at the NXT event, I was probably too excited to see her because I remembered her from WCPW. She was very genuine in the fact that when I came up, oh, I remember you. You were Nixon Newell in WCPW. You were the first women's champion. You had that amazing match. She's like, you watched that? Like, yeah, I did. You were great. She's like, you remember that? She was so genuine and shocked and embarrassed. Chris Hero, Kai Sono was sitting next to her. He kind of looked over, listened, and he was laughing. Renita Gonzalez. Renita Gonzalez was right down the way from her. And she was wondering, like, what's going on down there? She's like, no, you want a selfie with me. So it's pretty cool. The thing is, sometimes you have to remember, I forget if that's when Danny Basham was a heel. Sometimes they will like be extra heel. So again, he definitely was a human, but and I think this happened when I saw Fish at the WCPW event. He wanted like $5. Come on, Danny Basham. He wanted $5 to take a picture with him. And I'm like, nah, that's okay. I mean, granted, my girlfriend had a camera with like a big lens on it, so I'm just like, just freaking take a picture of him when we're in the seat. Although, and now I'm feeling kind of weird about this. I got my ex-girlfriend the Candice LeRae t-shirt of her with a bloody half face. And Joey Ryan said, that's a cool t-shirt. And then I'm like, when I looked at and she came back to the seats and she's like, that guy over there said that nice t-shirt. And looked, I'm like, That's Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan was hitting on you. I'm like, I'm almost happy to the fact that Joey Ryan was hitting on you. No, not so much though. But yeah. Again, Chris Hero, Kai Sono, he was great to talk to. He fully recognizes the fact that he was Chris Hero, and we bumped elbows. Like, dude, you can get death by elbow tonight. He's like, you know it. He was so cool. Renee Gonzalez was really cool, even though she healed it up a little bit. She was fun. My only complaint was with Ruby Riott because she used to be a Heidi Lovelace. Kevin's employee Mitch Joey. I believe it though. No, my girlfriend kind of went to him. He just looked at her t-shirt. Yeah, the guy said I looked pretty, and that was a great t-shirt. I'm like, that's Joey Ryan. And then, of course, we saw his whole shtick. Joey Ryan's a sleaze bag. Well, the thing was, I knew Joey Ryan's gimmick at the time. And the thing was that she didn't realize that he would pull a lollipop from his trunks, from his front area. My girlfriend thought that was utterly disgusting. And she thought it was even more disgusting that some woman in the audience took that lollipop from him, which is kind of disgusting. But yeah, again, I have that in my video archive though. Joey's trying to sue the victims. Yeah, whatever. Cornette's lawyer, Stephen B. News. I actually heard about that. That was kind of funny. But when I got a signed picture from Kairi Sane, back in the day for Joshi Wrestling, she used to be Kairi Hojo. And every so often, I think as I got smart to NXT and realized, okay, certain stars will be here at the booth. Certain stars aren't going to be here at the signing booth. I would print up some pictures. Mainly, of course, the women, of course. I don't care what guy signs it. But I had a picture of Kairi Sane as Kairi Hojo with her Stardom belt. He portrayed his sleazy gimmicks. Stick bombs. Actually, it was funny because my girlfriend asked me, well, what's he supposed to be? I'm like, he's supposed to be the Miami Scuzzball. The sleazy guy from Miami. She's like, yeah, I see that. Again, it was not so much. He was the Miami party person, and he portrayed that gimmick very well, especially when it came out to the Pina Colada song. That actually fit him very well, though. But when I asked Kairi Sane to sign a picture, she looked at the picture and she's like, oh my God. I was trying. Well, I don't have drawings, but I have. I would print the pictures from the internet. But when she saw her picture from Stardom, she's like, "You remember me from back then?" I'm like, "Yeah, you were Kairi Hojo." She's like, "Oh wow, it's so she was so nice." Steven P. News. He does the whole Jim Cornette's funny to listen to nowadays, now that I'm old. But the thing with Kairi Sane, she was so nice and so humble, and not in the Iron Sheik, I'm going to humble you way, that someone knew who she was before. And this was before she became big in NXT too. She was still kind of climbing up the ladder. But she signed it and she was like shocked. And I have a picture. I think I might have that picture somewhere, but my girlfriend at the time took a picture of the two of us together, and she's like, and I didn't even ask for the picture. She's like, "Oh, you want to take a picture together?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah." But wasn't sure if he is real. But it was so. It was nice in the fact that she was humble enough to come around fans. It was the end of her match, and she would sign stuff and pose with people, and I just think it's one of those things, if you come up from like the bottom And you see that a lot with baseball players too. If you come up from the bottom, very humble starts, he is funny. Like they remember being at the bottom at one time and someone actually saying, "Hey, you'll make it." I've heard on and off thing. Roman Reigns, depending on where you catch him, he's either a really great guy or a real jerk. Seth Rollins, I've heard, is really jerky. Who else is really jerky? Seth tends to be a jerk. Brock Lesnar tends to be very put offish. Hogan's an asshole. The Macho Man, if he was out in public, he would still be the Macho Man. But if he was with like family and friends, he didn't want to be the Macho Man. Ted DiBiase was pretty cool too. Who else was a real jerk? Who else was a real jerk? Iron Sheik's funny as anything. Yep. That's the locker room right there. But yeah, who was it? I never saw Adam Cole. Adam Cole always seemed kind of like standoffish, like he would do his thing. Actually, the one big surprise. I want to say it was. Oh, shows you a few other stuff in mind. We all the same mark. Well, again, it always depends because I know. I want to say it was Carmella. I saw her at the back of one of the Daytona shows, and she's just like, I hate this fucking place. And she just had nothing positive to say. And then all of a sudden she comes out there, like you see her there. You see her in the back, like cursing, saying what a terrible place this was. It's not the best place. Then she comes out, she's all happy and stuff, and you're like, she's fake. Being in the business disgusted me as a fan. I don't know. It all depends what business you're in. I know Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, they were amazing when they came to Daytona Beach with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because eventually they came out from behind the curtain. They just kind of sat down very nonchalantly. Like, no one really approached them. I'm like, dude, you're Guerrillas of Destiny. It's like cool. Sabu was great. He just did his pose up in the air. That's how I knew who he was. Booker T was kind of cold. Well, it's hard though. I mean, that's why I never became a wrestler, mainly because of all the road trips. My friend Matt Patriot's a wrestler up in New England, and again, it all depends. He's told me great stories about Shane Douglas. He's told me horrible stories about other wrestlers. Again, it all depends. If you had like 8 matches before realizing my timing was shit. The thing is, well, don't ever call yourself a nobody. That's understanding stuff. But really, the thing is, though, the timing has to be there because when I did it twice, I did have 3 matches in a ring once. The first match, it was kind of awkward because it was me versus Matt. I was the Trenton Strangler. He was Diamondback Jack Patriot. He was Diamondback Jack. He would later be known as Diamondback Jack Maverick. Our timing was probably awful, and we were probably a little too stiff with each other too. Like, dude, you're stiff. It's like, dude, you didn't want. No, I want to throw you. I can throw you from a headlock position. Don't roll with me. It feels weird. I think his punches were kind of snug. My kicks were snug. My takedowns were snug. his DDT was great. The fact that he rolled out of the way when I did a moonsault upset me. So it was just, it was weird. We had fun though. The tag match went much better. It was a little bit smoother. The final battle royal, I was just so gassed. I think I eliminated one person with a pile driver, and then two guys said, "We're going to chokeslam you." I'm like, just get over it. Oh, gas. I went up. They double chokeslammed me. I literally jumped up. I was about a good 3 or 4 feet off the ring, and then flopped flat on my back. Perfect bump you could ever take. And they're like, "Dude, you got up there. You fell harder. You okay?" I'm like, "Oh, that was awesome." So it's just weird. I think as you get used to it, I know every so often in college we would have like joke wrestling matches. You get more, depending who you're around, you get more comfortable. It's repetition, and as you get older, like right now, only because I've been a teacher and I'm doing this, like I could probably go out there and cut a 90-second promo like that. I have that much confidence in what little abilities that I do have. But again, it's also the age factor. As you get older, you get a lot more comfortable. You know what you can and can't do. And there's that. And if we've. Uh-oh. Yeah, you get in a corner and put out your chest. Each person took 2 whacks. It sounded like a gun going off. It was funny. When I took the one shot, when I gave the one guy the one chop, it was to someone much smaller. Whap! And I guess my receipt was I took a fairly stiff step punch to the jaw, to the neck, and I'm like, dude, you hit me pretty hard. I'm like, that's okay, you gave it back. But it was funny because it's when it's someone against you, like you don't know, you're like, dude, I don't care about you. Whap. So it is different that way. Like Matt and I, we were just like stiff and snug, mainly because we were like goofy. He ate such a bad body drop. Poor guy after a chop line. Ouch. I don't even want to imagine that. But I do believe it though. But yeah, it was I mean, it was fun, but I think after like the next morning I'm like, that was when I saw the bruises on my ribs from the ropes, because I had 2 very distinct lines of bruises from the ropes. That was the thing that running the ropes hurt the most, oddly enough. But that's when I realized, when I woke up, I saw the bruises. You're like, yeah. And of course, I was in college, so I'm like, do I want to do this? But then I'm like, I'm going to have to work, travel. The bumps aren't bad. Besides the one when I did the moonsault and broke my wrist, that was just me being stupid. And me actually putting my hand out trying to catch me. And you always tuck your chin. You always exhale. Because when I was shown how to take a bump, before we had any matches, he showed us how to run the ropes, and so we had to run the ropes 3 times, and then take a back bump, or he wouldn't let us even do anything. He would say, "No, you're done." And I think one kid did that because he like hurt himself. He's like, "This is how you do it. You go here, armpit on the top rope, keep your hip on the second rope. In case the top rope breaks, you hit it. So at least you can grab the second rope, so you don't fall and kill yourself, or breaks, or do something worse." So you had to run the ropes, do it the right way along the side, I don't think he cared what he's like right now. Whichever side you feel comfortable in, right or left. The right way is to do it on the left side. If you want to go right, whatever for now. And then again, you tuck your chin, curl up, and then you kind of spread your arms, and you kind of make surface area. They hit me with a concussion. That's not cool. Again, it was just kind of like receipt after I gave the guy the one hard chop. He kind of gave me a pretty good shot, like right beneath the jaw. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. So it's one of those things that's like, yeah, you got me once good. I got you once good. Whatever. You say, dude, that was a stiff shot. I'm like, yeah, that was a stiff shot. Really? Yeah. Wrestling. But again, then I did my moonsault. And my friend's eyes, like he saw his life flash before his eyes as he saw me do a moonsault from the top rope. That was interesting. I just wanted to go up to the top rope and do a moonsault. And that top rope, people say, oh, it's not that high up there. Yes, it is. It's high up there. Second match, the tag team match, I just did a straight elbow, Bret Hart style elbow from the second rope. I wasn't going to the top again, but yeah, that was fun. But again, like to finish up, those that start low, they seem so much more appreciative of fans. Even Dakota Kai signed something, so that was pretty cool. So with that, it's almost 11:30. I have talked way too much. So, I was a good seller too. Like again, when I took the choke slam from those two guys, they were like, "Holy crap, you got up there!" I'm like, "Yes." I think I was dead tired. I was sore. I'm just like, I just want to go home now. So I was here for 5 talk. Let me recap this a little bit. This was an odd show, only because the first couple matches. Again, this match. So the show opened up with Decay versus Reno Scum. Let's start a feud on the beach. Yes, yeah. Oh, Hobo Tom versus JT. Yes. Must happen. Maybe that'll be Memorial Day match. That sounds good. But so to get back to Impact, it was the K who now features Black Taurus from AAA. And it'll take the death matches. Wow. A 3-way, a triple threat. Actually, that'd be pretty cool. So I know what Memorial Day is going to be. Wait, will that work? Ooh, that might work. A shark on a pole. July 4th, a triple threat match. Hobo Tom versus JT versus Justin Sane in a Hell in a Cell match here in the Daytona Beach Bumfight League. Book it. But yeah, just let me finish this up, guys, please. The K1, that was an okay match. This just felt like a made-for-TV match. Then we had to Neil Dashwood and Caleb with a K taking on Jessica Havoc and Nevaeh. Yeah, it's big boobies there. Neil and Caleb won. That was weird. Again, these two just felt like if these were on TV, they would have felt more in place. Then you had the 10,000. No, you know what I do? I'd bring out gummy bears. The gummy bear spot. 10,000 thumbtacks. No, he's not Suicide. Caleb with a K he wasn't Suicide. TJP was always Suicide, I think. Except for maybe the one moment when it was maybe. I don't know though. I don't think so. I just think they had like some random person as Suicide. Because Suicide was TJP for a while. Or TJP was Suicide. And TJP was also Manic too, which was terrible. Matt Stryker, you know too much about wrestling. James Storm, Chris Sabin taking on Violent by Design. Actually, it wasn't Eric Young. TJP is. Doesn't have neck tat. I forget because I know Kayla might have been Suicide when it was Suicide and Manic taking on Rohit Raju and Chris Bay. It could have been him, But for the most part, Suicide has always been TJP. So it wasn't Eric Young. It was Adoring and Diener. That was actually pretty good. Violent by Design won. Burrito of a match. In a hold harmless match, Eddie Edwards taking on Mr. Professional himself. Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards wins. Again, if this was on TV, this would have been the main event. Not bad. Then it actually got a lot better, though. So the first half of the show just felt like it was like all for TV. Chris Daniels. I think he was Suicide back in the day when Suicide was first around. But then in the more modern time, relatively more modern times, it was TJP, though. TJP had on this. I think Suicide is that odd character in TNA where everyone tends to be it at least once. It's just a thing with him. This was probably what I thought was one of the best matches of the night. Ace Austin versus TJP. That was amazing. Ace Austin wins. Pulled curling hands from Hobo. No, I don't know if Disco Inferno was ever that, though. Huh. I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, wait a second. So again, this was probably the best technical match of the night. TJP lost to Ace Austin. That was really fun, though. Curry Man. Oh, wait, I remember Curry Man. Wow. That was probably like the worst gimmick ever. Wasn't it Curry Man and Shark Boy? Weren't they in a tag team for a while of it? I think Curry Man and Shark Boy were in a tag team. Wow, my wrestling knowledge is just crazy. Probably in then I think we had the knock, so it's out of a little bit out of order. Shark Boy was probably pretty cool too. Why do I think TJP was Shark Boy for a while too? TJP and Shark Boy have that kind of same build for some reason. Oh, Shell, yeah. The knockout tag team title, that was okay. Fire and Flame defeated Jazz, who looks more like New Jack every day. And there's a very hot picture of Jordan Grace, and I found an even hotter picture, but not safe for YouTube. I needed TJP Shark. I want to say TJP started off as Shark Boy. I think you started off at Shark Boy, graduated to Suicide, and then he went on to become Maniac, and then he went to TJP in the WWE. So those are the 4 stages of evolution for TJP. I want to say he was Shark. He and Shark Boy, I want to say they have a very similar build, and it was early enough before TJP got all tatted up. Because remember, as TJP in WWE, he had like very few tattoos. I don't think Shark Boy did either. I think it was just a recent thing that TJP got all linked up. And then in another surprise, the Good Brothers lost to Finjuice in a New Japan Shock Boy. Let's put Petey Williams with the Shockmaster. Oh, wow. Shockmaster is terrible. Petey Williams was funny, especially when he was with Scott Steiner. That's funny. The Canadian Muscle, master of the Canadian Destroyer. That's when they were all in the juice. Oh, yeah, speaking about juice, Finjuice wins. They are the new Impact Tag Team Champions. I wonder if they're going back to New Japan for those belts. I gave it a Mofongo, mainly because it was a surprise. Then we had the Knockouts Championship. 33 and no, it wasn't just 33 and a third. He had like 113 and like the Scott Steiner math is just famous though. You only have in a 3-way match, each person has a 33 of a third percent. Samoa Joe's a fat ass, so now you take his 33 and a third percent, take half, and that now he only has a 17% chance. You take that 17% chance and give it to me. That means I now have a 47.5% chance of winning. Kurt Angle's an old guy, so we don't even have to talk about him. I'm going to take his whole, and I'm going to take his. I'm going to take a quarter of his. You add that to mine, and then because I'm Scott Steiner, I already have a 50% chance of winning. If you add it all up, it actually makes sense. If you add it all up, yes, it does make sense, but you can't really be over 100% though. That's the thing. You're like, the math is right. The math is right. The reasoning is just Scott Steiner math. So good. Yeah, in the three-way match, every man should have a 33% chance of winning. I'm Scott Steiner, the genetic freak. So therefore, I already automatically have a 50% chance of winning. Samoa Joe's a fat ass. You subtract his, add it to mine. Kurt Angle has no chance. You take his, give it to mine. That gives me, it's like 113.33% chance of winning. And I like, if you remember in the background, Petey Williams looks like he's like doing the math in his head, and Petey Williams is like this. Is like, oh yeah. This match was okay only because I think ODB was constantly adjusting herself, and you could see ODB's panties, I guess. Petey was great though. I miss Petey Williams. He was fun. Him and Scott Steiner were hilarious. I miss Scott Steiner because of his promos. Scott Steiner, to me, based on his promos only, probably is the fifth best, probably somewhere around the top 5, definitely the top 10 of promos. Number 1 is the Macho Man. To me, number 2 is always Ric Flair. You have The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then you'd probably have to go back in time to Skandar Akbar and his heel faction. Bobby the Brainy Heenan has to be there with the whole Heenan family. So Scott Steiner's probably 7 or 8 on the top 10 promo list. Because I'm sure you're going to go run into wrestlers from the 70s and 80s who are also good. Because you have the teams like the Freebirds. Again, Ric Flair and the Horsemen, they're all one group. The top 4 is the Mount Rushmore of promos are easy. Macho Man, Ric Flair, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the Rock. That's easy. Hogan's promos were always the same, really. They had the energy. Ultimate Warrior was kind of goofy. Scott Steiner has to be in that top 10 list of promos, though. I mean, besides doing Steiner math, if you ever listened to when he was a TNA ring announcer, he'd have the paper in front of him, microphone in hand. And this douchebag from the middle of Who Gives a Crap, Iowa. Yeah, it's the same town your mother came from. Takes on. I don't even care who he takes on. Just bring these 2 clowns out here. Oh. It all depends what you call classic and depends where it is. They're not going to... A Peacock won't show... Mick does cut a hell of a promo, too. Again, he probably has to be up there, too. But he's done it for so long. Mick Foley, Cactus Jack. Mankind, he has to be. He might be in the top 10, maybe. So maybe Steiner's number 9. Well, again, I put Steiner at 8. I mean, he could be number 9 and 10. The network charged me yesterday. They're charged this month. But again, watch Scott Steiner be a ring announcer. And for the Knockouts division match, the sturdy hoe that sucks everyone's cock, taking on one dirty bitch. Get those two hussies out of here. And yeah, I'm not talking about your wife. It was so funny though. We down to 5 days and they took it. That's why I don't have it. I watched it all for free on YouTube. I'm terrible. So, but this match again, I just wanted to watch ODB fall out of her stuff and to see her panties because she ripped her panties and you could tell her thigh was coming out. That's all. It was still okay. It was a burrito match. This match was amazing. Big surprise there. Which one wins? Mofungo match. He has unified the titles. They're getting us for Fastlane. They're getting you. They're not getting me. Because I watch WooTube. 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 So I hate to say it, guys, but I'm going to call it a night. It's past 11:30. There's still a few things that I might get done around the house, maybe. So again, I would like to thank especially JT and Five Dog for watching. I had a little extra commentary on that. Thank you, guys. You guys made it go so much quicker. And I'll see you guys later. You two guys have a good night. And you'll definitely see me for Fastlane. Not next Sunday. Yeah, next Sunday. That's weird. But yeah, don't forget to set your clocks forward to. Daylight savings time starts today. That sucks. Later, yo. I'm out of here. Too sweet for life. It's always fun to talk to those guys. And